Welcome, level uppers, day 2 of E3 2017.
The boners rage on.
Yes, lightsabers out, as Mel said yesterday. During that Star Wars trailer, which was freaking awesome. We reacted to EA yesterday. Solid conference, some cool stuff there, but we're getting into the meats right here.
Like, it's really hitting today.
Yeah.
That was like your little tapas. Now we're getting into like the steak dinner. You know what I mean?
I mean, Xbox, especially this year, is like a huge part of the hype train.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you have a new console reveal, even though this is technically like an iterative console, from what we know, it doesn't matter. Just new hardware is super exciting, and it might be hard to top that, honestly, you know?
Isn't it kind of strange? Like, new hardware is exciting, and I'm really excited for this conference in particular. But isn't it kind of strange? Don't you kind of lack that feeling that you felt when it started getting around that fall and the PS4 and Xbox One were like full throttle? Like,
100%, yeah.
Like, it's not the
It's
same.
not the same as a new generation. It's not at all. Even the Switch didn't do that for me.
No, not at all.
Because the Switch is no longer part of the generational cycle. They're like out on their own. They're doing their own thing. So whenever they release their console and hype it up, I'm like, this isn't the start of a new generation. I don't even know where you are anymore, Nintendo. Like, are you one generation behind? Are you 1.5 generations behind?
Just don't even... They are so off on their own path, and they do not care.
And that's nothing against the Switch. I'm just saying, as far as, like, the hype of a new generation, I don't feel it for anything anymore except when you get, like, PS5, Xbox 2. Like, whenever we get the truly new generational consoles, that's when I'm going to get hype. But at the same time, there's rumors this is going to be called the Xbox Scorpio, that it's going to be $500. That all says new generation, but we're not feeling that because we are still aligned with this idea that it's iterative. Even if they come out and say, this is the start of the new generation.
I mean, because they haven't pitched it like that. They've been pitching it as it being an iterative thing. So, yes, strange person. I do. That's where I was going with that. Sony, it would be the dessert.
Strange person? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've never met that person before. But they made a good point.
Yeah, I mean, if this thing is $4.99, which is something that just came out today, actually. Jeff Keighley teasing, saying that he's got information that he was at the rehearsal, and they are rehearsing this thing as $4.99. Supposedly, it's actually called Xbox Scorpio. Best Buy has it up on their page, although it's very similar to what you see on screen right now, actually. See how on the left side it's Xbox, and then you have that line, and then E3 2017 briefing? That's exactly what it looks like on Best Buy's page, where it's Xbox, and then there's a line that separates out Scorpio.
It's strange, because that seems like it... I don't know, that kind of makes me lend somewhat credibility to this. Like, maybe the line is like part of their branding,
right, yeah, like
maybe.
Mean? That's a good point, now that you bring that up. Yeah.
This is all very mysterious.
We have been having the craziest speculation in our chat before this happened. Conspiracy theories, and one of them being that maybe they're actually rehearsing it at $500 because they want to throw everybody off. Maybe Jeff Keighley's in on it.
Jeff Keighley just lost his fucking mind today.
I don't know. If it isn't that he's in on it, I kind of feel like he has lost his mind. Like,
you know, he's a good guy, and he's been doing this forever, and he's very knowledgeable about the industry. He definitely knew what he was doing by tweeting that out.
For him to go on NeoGAF after it and then double down, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so
whatever it is, he knows what he's doing.
I feel like I gotta trust, like, in whatever he's got going on here. I don't think he would never someone who cares so much about the industry like this would never purposefully, like, do someone dirty like that.
It would ruin his reputation, for one. Why would he ever come out and say it's gonna be $4.99 and be like, oh, guys, Microsoft told me to say that? It's like, why would I ever trust you again? How do I know they're not telling you to say this or that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But I think the only scenario, I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's listening to Microsoft and saying what they want him to say. I think the only possibility is that if this is $3.99, it's because they are rehearsing at $4.99 to throw people off, including people like Jeff Keighley. Like, he doesn't know. He's being thrown off because Microsoft wants him to be thrown off, and anybody else who saw the rehearsal. But I only say that because I still personally feel that $4.99 is not low enough for them to make a dent into PS4 Pro. We might hear today or tomorrow that PS4 Pro is dropping in price too, because we just got the 250 gold 1TB PS4, supposedly only lasting a week, but come on, I have a feeling that's going to become very quickly
I think so too.
An official thing.
I think they'll announce that. Oh, we're doing this?
Buddy.
Is it happening?
Is this happening, guys?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Xbox E3 2017. Let us know, of course, in the chat if the conference is too low in volume or too loud in volume. We will adjust as best as we can.
This is an homage to Resolutions.
It looks like it is. We're getting ready to push this thing as the most powerful console ever made. Dean.
Yeah,
4K.
they're definitely leading with the
oh, buddy.
the system here.
Yeah, as they should. They should get this done. Get it
100%.
out. Yeah. Beautiful stage.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is the 2017 Xbox E3 briefing.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go.
Share the show, everybody. Use hashtag Xbox E3 as it says on screen. Let's get some more people in here. Feeling it. Feeling the chills.
Xbox, the game
Yeah, right?
on Xbox.
What is going on here? The building of the motherboard, I
Yeah,
assume?
100%.
Okay, yeah, we're really going at it here. Volume's a little low, okay?
Turn it up to 11, Reggie. I want to burn.
Well, let's turn it up max, and if you guys think it's too loud, just let us know.
I'm excited to actually see the box.
Oh, I know.
Like the
I
design.
think it'll look pretty similar to what we already have with the One S, because that's a beautiful console.
It is.
And if they want to stay in the Xbox One family, Lord of the Rings. I think we're getting some Shadow of War here.
It's a man. Oh,
The
Shadow
man,
of Mordor.
baby. Oh,
The
Master
Chief.
Chief. Do we actually get Master Chief in the conference, though?
This is cool. This is a cool like homage to their.
I feel like they're coming at this
Oh, yeah.
hard this year. They're ready. Even the music. Epic.
So unrealistic. Everyone knows girls don't play video games.
Damn, look at this. Clearly a big Shadow of War push going to be at this conference.
I'm just kidding, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to say you're kidding. Oh, that was Crackdown. That was definitely Crackdown
Yeah.
there. Oh,
Oh shit!
looks very much like the.
It's very sleek, dude. If
Yeah.
if that's
Looks like the S, but a little different.
yeah. I like it. It's just enough. That is just enough.
Small. Look pretty small.
Yep.
Especially considering the power within this thing.
Very sleek. It looks real
Head of
sexy.
Xbox,
Big fan.
Phil Spencer.
Feel it, yes.
He's fucking stoked right now, dude.
I like his style. He's got
I do
good
too.
style.
He seems like a good dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can say whatever you want about him, maybe not being the best speaker or whatever, but he cares about games. You can see that exudes from
He's
him.
like, stop.
Good afternoon.
Stop.
To those of you with us here in person, watching on this incredible 4K screen, to the millions
That's a
watching
big
us
4K
around
screen.
the world
Yeah.
on TV, online, and to those of
Well, they
you
fucking
watching
learned
and
from
interacting
Sony's
on
mistake.
Mixer,
Yeah.
on behalf of everyone on Team Xbox,
Yeah, Mixer is
welcome to
now
E3
what Beam
2017.
was. They changed Beam to Mixer, which is pretty cool. It's got some new features too.
When the renegade group of gamers, creators, and engineers came together to form the original Xbox team and deliver the first Xbox console, we were driven by three principles: empower developers, delight gamers, and deliver true hardware and technical innovation. The original Xbox team lived by the mantra, there's no power greater than X. And today, we
like
are
they're using that X.
proud to welcome the newest member of the
There you go.
Xbox family, fittingly named Xbox One X.
You nailed
Called
it, dude.
it.
Wow,
Called
very good call.
it.
Smart name too.
Xbox
Yeah, I
One
mean, I think it
X,
works.
You
the
nailed
most
it.
powerful
Kudos.
console ever made. Sets a new
One.
standard for gamers and game creators.
So they are selling this
Starting
as
on
a part of the
November
family.
7th, Xbox One X joins the Xbox One and the Xbox One S when it launches worldwide.
I will agree with you though. That
That's gonna be real confusing,
yeah,
dude.
S and X sound
Not for
pretty similar.
folks like all of us, but for the
I'd
general
like to
person who's gonna be like, "What the
introduce
fuck
one
do
of
I
our
buy here?"
leaders in the Xbox engineering team responsible for making the Xbox One experience great for gamers
Experience.
and developers.
Yeah, he likes
Please
that.
welcome my friend Kareem Chowdhury to tell you more.
What was his name?
Cream Chowdery.
Cream Chowdery. Seriously,
Not that far.
not that far off, but
that far
still,
off.
the way you said it, a cream chowder.
Cream and chowder soup. What do you got for us?
Thanks, Phil. It's an honor to be here at E3 and represent 3 years of engineering the team has done to bring you Xbox One X. From the beginning, our focus on game creators and you, the gamer, gave
So this
us
is their
three
Mark
big
Cerny.
goals we needed to
Seems
hit.
that way, yeah.
Power, compatibility, and craftsmanship. Let's talk power, which starts
Everything
with the
about
specs.
this conference already just screams
6
sleek and
teraflop
sexy.
GPU
Yeah.
clocked at 1.172 gigahertz.
They are.
12
It's coming up a little
gigabytes of
globo, Jimmy.
GDDR5 memory and 326 gigabytes per second of memory.
That's
bandwidth.
impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
12 gigs of GDDR5.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's insane.
And that speed, too. The bandwidth
These
speed.
are impressive numbers that are more powerful than any other console on every dimension.
We know.
Because that's what it takes
Yeah,
to give
we
game
sure do.
creators the power they need so you can experience true 4K resolution, 4K textures, and 4K assets. in
I assume
your
when they
living
say true 4K, none of that checkerboard upscaling. They're talking about native 4K.
No, native 4K.
Yeah.
It
When
has
we say
to.
true 4K, we mean 8 million pixels, high
Yep.
dynamic range, wide color gamut, premium sound like Dolby Atmos, and 4K UHD Blu-ray playback.
Very nice. Now just give me that $399 price point and you
It's
kill
a
it,
good
man.
system,
You
dude.
kill it at
Compatibility.
$399. $499 is
We
fine,
knew
too.
compatibility was critically important for Xbox One X, and your reaction to 360 backward compatibility has energized the team even more. So right from the start, all of your Xbox One accessories and games will work with Xbox
Gotta
One
be
X.
that way.
Yeah.
No other way
No.
to do it.
But
They've been
for
touting
the
that
team
from the
and
very
me,
beginning.
that wasn't good enough. We wanted
Ooh.
more.
Oh,
The
shit.
game library you have today will look and play even better on Xbox One X
Very
with
nice.
enhanced visual fidelity, anisotropic filtering, and faster load times.
Nice. I think it's going to be $500.
Even if you haven't made the jump to
It's
a
definitely
4K
premium.
TV
I guess
yet,
that was the only
we designed
answer.
this product for you as well. Since Xbox One
Is the
X
UHD
enables a
Blu-ray
technique
player
called
for people who have a
super sampling,
PC, maybe?
The new 4K games
one
you see
answer.
on stage today will look better on your 1080p TV than anything you've seen before.
Oh, cool. So they're trying to grab people without the 4K TV.
Yeah.
And finally,
This is the kind of stuff I hope that
craftsmanship.
PlayStation listens to and tries
We
to follow suit.
meticulously paid attention
Smart to acknowledge
every
that audience.
detail of
There's a lot of
design
people
as we
don't know.
crafted
Oh,
our
yeah.
most
God,
technically
yeah.
advanced console ever. It starts with the Scorpio engine. We use 16 nanometer technology to build a 360 square millimeter chip with 7 billion transistors and a 384-bit wide memory bus.
Don't know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
it's-
sounds good,
it's
man.
getting a little
Advanced
techie.
processor to ever power a console. Our premium design means that every millimeter and every component within the console has been architected for maximum power and efficiency. Our
Maximum
aspirations were
power.
so high, an industry standard approach just wasn't good enough. The Scorpio engine
coming off
is
a little
so
smug.
intense
I mean,
that for
they
the
better
first
have like
time
an
ever,
hour
the
of games
console,
after
we're
this
using
to
a
back this thing
liquid-cooled
up, you
vapor
know?
chamber
I bet they
normally
do.
reserved
I
for
bet they do.
servers and high-end PC cards.
Liquid cooling.
That's pretty cool. That could be a little dangerous, though, can't
An
it?
engineer on the Xbox
Sure can.
hardware team
Real
invented
dangerous.
a new power management system so innovative, we named it after him. The Hovis method uniquely optimizes
I don't know.
every single Xbox
I don't know if
One
I
X
trust the
at
company
system and
That did the
complete
Xbox
Responsible for the
360.
rendering of
deliver
dev.
consistent
Wasn't that
To
a
do
part of liquid
liquid cooling?
cooling?
and
No, it didn't have a
elegant.
liquid
Okay, that
cooling.
didn't have anything to do with liquid
It
cooling?
just didn't have proper ventilation.
It's easy to
Okay.
think all this technology and capability will mean a bigger console. But again,
Nope.
we wanted more.
Better make sure
Not
that
only
thing
have we
ventilates
built the
well.
most powerful console ever,
Yeah.
Xbox One X is the smallest Xbox ever.
Wow, that's impressive.
That is really impressive.
Smaller than the S? That is crazy.
This is the system you asked us to build, and it has been a great honor to design and build it for you. I couldn't be more proud of our team, and I hope you love it as much as we do.
Yeah, I agree,
Now,
Joey.
Let's see what this monster can do.
Yeah, please.
Exclusive.
That wasn't too long. That was
World
fine.
Premiere.
What was that, 10 minutes?
Yeah, that wasn't too long.
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes. That was fine.
It was our first world premiere.
Wow.
It's the dirtiest looking dirt I've ever seen in my life.
Red Dead Redemption 2. No.
Well,
definitely
Jesus
not.
Christ.
Definitely not that.
Uncharted 5. Exclusive.
But you got, oh, this is Assassin's Creed, I bet, isn't it? No, it can't be. I was going to say because of the camels, but it's Forza, I guess. Right?
That would make sense. Yeah, I think you're right.
Beautiful.
I mean, it looks fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously we're watching it through stream right now. We're watching at 1080p, 60, the source on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great, man. I mean, I don't know if it looks better. Do you think it looks better? I can't tell.
It'd be impossible
Yeah,
to see until you have it running in front of you.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can get a sense by just kind of the detail of
The
everything.
texture work on the sand and whatnot
Right.
looked really, really good.
You're gonna get a lot of stuff. You're gonna get a lot of stuff from the IGNs of the world that are like, "This is what it looks like hands-on. It's fucking crazy."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And hopefully they're smart enough to know that they want to get like Digital Foundry putting out an article right. Oh, the 7. That's Forza Motorsport 7. Get Digital Foundry on this like right after the
Forza
conference,
Racing
talking about how
franchise,
amazing this thing
Dan
looks
Greenaway.
in
Yeah.
person.
I also think they'll probably have a lot of these videos available uploaded in 4K on like YouTube and things.
Download them natively. Yep.
Yeah.
In the automotive world, supercars are debuting.
I'll be honest.
at
I always,
international
even though I
auto
don't play
shows.
them, I'm always so
Frankfurt,
much more interested when they
Paris,
show off Horizon
Detroit.
stuff than motorsport stuff.
But through
Me too.
your
I don't like
passion
sim
Yeah.
for
racers.
racing on Xbox and PC, Forza has become
good game to show off with the Scorpio,
premier
though.
partner
Oh, yeah,
in the
no
automotive
doubt.
industry. So today, for the first time in history, a flagship supercar is making its world debut here at E3 in front of you.
Woo!
You little Shelby Cox is out there watching.
This year, we announced a 6-year partnership with Porsche to bring you amazing experiences.
I don't like when they
both
do
in
this.
game
I don't like
and
when
in
anyone
person.
does this.
Porsche shares
Where they kind of
our
like
vision
talk
for
about
the future
their
of racing
partnerships
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah.
And
Like
this
the
car
car-
has never been seen outside of the guarded walls of Porsche.
I'm kind of
That
excited
honor
to see the car.
belongs to you exclusively.
That was a quick
Ladies and
turnaround
gentlemen,
there.
May I present the 2018
Well, he built it up so much.
Porsche 911 GT2 RS.
Oh,
I'm not a car guy.
I'm not a car guy either, but that's a
Were you
fucking-
holding down your motor?
That's a fucking nice car, dude.
Get down!
This is
Yeah.
not only the
Stay
most important
I'm not a car guy
of Porsche's
by any
legendary
means, but look at that
design.
fucking
Yeah,
car.
it's beautiful.
Features the most powerful road-going 911 engine ever made.
Every time it says
Like
911,
the
I get a
Xbox
little.
One X.
I don't know why.
It's
That's
a
still.
little
edgy.
It's still a little.
And with over
little painful, I
4.8
guess.
million active players,
I really
across
don't though. Like we don't need to.
Xbox,
We
Windows
really
10,
didn't need to see
Forza
this
is
No,
one of
it's
the
not-
largest
it's not what I wanna
communities
see at E3.
on the
No.
planet.
But it is cool.
You made this historic moment possible. Through your passion for racing, the digital and the real worlds are merging in an unprecedented way.
They did not announce the price.
So now,
No, not
let's
yet.
take a look at the
They
Porsche
better.
911
I would've done it
GT2
first.
RS in Forza Motorsport 7.
I feel like
running
the
on
reason they didn't
Xbox
do it
One
is because
X.
it's a Megaton.
I'm joined
Yeah.
on stage
They're
by
waiting,
two
man. It's
presenters for
$3.99.
our Forza Racing Championship
What do you think?
Esports Series.
You think they're
I'm
waiting
Shannon
because they want to
Montague,
close off with? And by the
professional
way,
race car driver.
it's
It
It could be.
$3.99.
It could also be because
I'll be pushing the
they don't want
GT2
people to
RS
hear
to
that it's
its limits
$4.99
on
and
the
then have that be
Sunbaked
their
streets of
focus the rest of
Dubai.
their show.
That's
I'm
true.
Verena May,
That's true.
Could go either
professional
way.
racer
Yeah.
and stunt
Right,
driver.
yep.
I will be fighting to survive dynamic weather in the Nürburgring in this Nissan GTR race car.
We start with Shannon.
Clearly, because she's a
in her
real-life stunt
customized
driver,
ride
she is
on Dubai.
the perfect person to
Using
demonstrate
the power
this.
of
She
Xbox
knows the
One X,
scan.
Forza Motorsport 7 runs at a native 4K and a rock-solid 60 frames per second.
Oh man, native 4K, 60
And
FPS.
with
That's
the
nuts.
additional
That is
power
crazy.
To deliver shocking levels of detail. Using super high resolution assets.
I fucking hate
we've
sim racers
recreated
though. Look how
the
slow they have to go around the
intense
turns.
Yeah, it
One of
does
the
feel
greatest
really
driving
slow.
roads in the world
Especially
that
after
have
watching
beat
Need for Speed
mountains.
yesterday.
Yes. And the Forza Horizon looks like it feels great to play.
Yeah, definitely faster than this.
But in Forza Motorsport 7, we've reimagined the entire
I will
racing
say, I still
experience
feel like
on
no
all
game
devices.
has
Racing
done
is
weather
more
like Drive
immersive
Club,
and
though.
dynamic. Ominous skies,
The weather in
winds,
Drive
car
Club was
parts rattle.
insane.
From what I remember
Vibrate.
seeing, yeah, it looked pretty crazy.
It was 30 FPS. so they were able to push
We've made
some
racing
of that
more epic and grand.
towards the
Race
weather,
through
but
living
man,
environments,
unbelievable.
featuring spectacular vistas and massive scale. You can
That
see
looks good.
we've made
Yeah, that's
racing
great.
more dynamic and surprising. Dynamic puddles grow as the storm unleashes its fury.
Dynamic puddles. For the
It's
puddle!
more thrilling. and
I know one
competitive.
company excited
Feel the
about that.
intense heat grease up your tires as you
Oh,
battle
shit.
your
Wow.
rivals.
Nice dodge.
I own
And
one
it's
of
more
these. It
beautiful
came with
and
my
alive.
Xbox One.
Dark
I
skies
don't know which
open up
one.
Motorsport
and
5, I
change
bet.
Yeah,
as the
whatever
sun
one,
emerges
I guess
from
the last
clouds
sim
for a
one was.
breathtaking finish.
I think the one that launched with the system was 5.
That sounds right.
Then they went to Horizon 2, and then
played
went
it
to
for about-
Motorsport 6, and then went to Horizon 3.
Racing
Like 10
is
minutes just to see
reborn
what like, the
in
machine can
Forza.
do.
Whether running on the Xbox One family of consoles or Windows 10 PCs, Forza Motorsport 7 is the most technically advanced and comprehensive racing games ever made. With more than 700 cars, it features the
Wow.
largest collection of
crazy.
Lamborghinis,
That's a lot of cars.
Ferraris,
Yeah.
Holy
and
shit.
Porsches ever assembled.
Today,
Porsche.
you were the first people to see the 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. And this week at E3,
You mean I
like
was
me,
one
you can be the
of
first to drive
700
it.
million that got to see this car?
So come experience the most powerful road-going 911 ever made on the Xbox One X.
That's a
the most
bad name.
powerful
Yeah, every
console
time he says
ever
911,
made
I'm just a little
in Forza Motorsport
thrown
7.
off.
Thank you.
We like to call this the terrorist. All right.
Impressive so far. The price will determine if I buy this or a PS4 Pro, says Gerzon Bear in the chats.
That's fair.
Cincy Bell says Horizon 3
I'm
looks
gonna
better.
play a ton
I think
of Forza
you need to see it in
Motorsport 7
person.
when it
I'm
ships
sure
on October
to understand how
3rd.
great it looks.
And when Xbox One X launches, we will all get to experience Forza Motorsport 7 in true 4K at 60 frames per second.
I feel like every time he says Xbox One X, he's like Xbox One
Today,
X.
Yeah.
we're going to showcase the world's greatest creators.
So that's
with a
launching with the
lineup
Scorpio.
of different
Yep.
types of
That's a
games for every
prediction,
type
yeah.
of gamer. It is the largest and I believe the most diverse lineup of games that we've ever shown on our Xbox E3 stage.
I'm excited about it, Phil.
Games from creators large and small, games that inspire and challenge us, games that transport us to new worlds and offer us new perspectives, and games that push the boundary of our art form. Today, we will feature 42 games here on our stage,
Wow.
Sounds like a lot.
Fuck yeah.
including 22 games with console exclusivity on Xbox One.
Does that mean no Windows then?
I guess.
Every one
'Cause
of
that's the
these
answer then, I
games
guess, if that's
will
the way
play
they're gonna do
great
it.
on
That's
each
a
member of the
change,
Xbox
though.
One
They're
family,
pulling back
but
then.
of course, they will play best on Xbox One X.
If that's the case, yeah.
Okay,
Up
so they're
next
back to doing console
is a game
exclusives.
from a creative
Well, that's
team
smart.
That built their
Yeah, it is
franchise
smart.
on
They need to.
You know what I mean? That's the only way you
They
can
were
get-
destroying the Xbox
2010,
name by
4A
doing that.
Games
Yeah.
worked with us to launch a single-player masterpiece that I played on Xbox 360. Now, I'm honored to bring them back with the premiere of their next work, running in-engine in true 4K.
What do we got?
Premiere.
Yeah, I agree with the chat. They 100% should.
That
have
was a
console exclusives.
very smart move.
I don't know. I guess they'll have to clarify if they meant meaning Windows 10 and Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they need to talk about that. That could be a big deal. Yeah, he's probably right. He probably just means console exclusivity, meaning that it's exclusive on Xbox console exclusivity. Because it's the same when PS4 gets console exclusivity. It just means that it's coming to PC and PS4. Yeah, that probably is what that meant.
I would be surprised if they didn't make a bigger deal of that. If that wasn't the case, you know what I mean?
This is the 28 Days Later music. I have no idea what this is, though. People are saying Metro in the chat. Yeah, it looks like Metro.
I never played Metro. This looks neat, though.
I've seen Metro. I've never played it, but it does look like Metro. 4K. That's what he said, right? Natively 4K on this one. Everybody in the chat saying Metro. Oh shit! Wow! Wow,
great.
that looks freaking good.
The music is great.
Yeah, the good music choice. I don't know if it's in the game because, as I said, it's from 28 Days Later. Wow, this almost comes off like one of those fake CGI trailers.
Yeah, this is in game. I mean,
This is in game. It looks so good.
it's fantastic.
His actual mask broke. I wonder, does it stay that way?
Is Metro a hard game?
I have no idea.
It looks intense, but not just like flat out horror. The sound design, dude, is great.
Yeah, everything. Okay, there we go.
This looks really cool.
It looks really, really good. I'm surprised everybody's so sure it's Metro. Like, how do you know?
I mean, I guess it, you know, has telltale signs of
Yeah.
the franchise.
Russian helicopter, Def Metro, says Kiko.
Open world, so I guess the previous ones were not open world.
I don't think they were. Everything's open world now.
This looks cool as shit.
It's so dense. Like, look how much is going on.
Yeah. So they can hide those little fucking creatures wherever they want. Surprise the balls off you.
Oh, we're getting a few people now saying not Metro.
Not Metro.
No, don't kill a random dog. What? There's gotta be a reason he did that, right?
Yeah. It's a fucking...
I think it's probably infected.
Yeah.
The way he was wearing a mask in the opening area, maybe there's a virus going around? Although his mask broke.
Oh my.
What the hell? Is that a bear? That's a bear. Wow. So some type of
Yeah, these
virus.
creatures are being like infected.
Yeah, only infected
That's
animals,
a
maybe?
that's a really neat twist on the whole like zombie idea.
I feel like they're kind of stealing The Last of Us thunder right now, because remember somebody, I think it was Derek, predicted that maybe The Last of Us, the virus would move to animals now.
That would be cool. This is really neat.
It is really, really good. Well, that was a close one. Alright, what is it? It is Metro, okay.
There you go. Very cool.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. It's coming from someone who's never played a Metro game before. That looks very neat.
I mean, graphically alone, that was freaking crazy. Mm-hmm. That first time the
2018.
the Beast or whatever came out, I was like, holy shit, that looks insane.
I've never seen 28 Days Later.
World
Oh, you haven't?
premiere.
No.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, very good.
Another world premiere. Metro, for anyone that missed it, is a 2018
We
Yeah.
game.
are the first.
Assassin's Creed.
No.
The first to see the gods.
Yeah, it must be. I'm
The
very
first
surprised
to
that they got the
tame
reveal.
their beasts.
Yeah.
And not Ubisoft.
The first to guard.
Might
the
just be a
soul
trailer, and then
from
Ubisoft will do a
evil.
full gameplay demonstration.
We conquered this land and built an empire. But there are whispers on the wind.
Fuck yeah, man.
Brotherhood born in the shadows.
I'm rooting so hard for this.
Wow.
Looks really cool.
They are the first to call themselves the
Is there like a Coliseum? What? That's awesome, dude.
That didn't get leaked, right? There's
Not
so
that I
many leaks
know
for this
of,
game.
no.
Oh, swimming underwater.
Oh, wow, there's like... Wow,
Climbing
man.
pyramids. It's going to be interesting to see how they make that fun. Wow.
That looks really neat.
The Brotherhood begins.
Fuck yes.
Oh my god, what? Wait. What that
Is it
seems
like a proper like boss battle?
Yeah. And have any of the previous games had somewhat supernatural or fantasy elements like that?
I mean, yeah, science, more sci-fi elements than like fantasy.
I mean, that was like a freaking
That was really. This is. Oh, they're still on it.
basilisk or something.
Ancient Egypt is the birthplace.
Wow, they're really getting a
of
big,
modern civilization.
big premiere here at
This
Xbox.
is really
It is
neat. I'm
also
glad.
The birthplace
I'm
of the
excited to see
Assassin's
more of this.
Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Origins
I
is
like that
taking you
shirt.
to the perfect setting
Just a
for an
little
epic gaming
Creed
adventure.
logo there.
Egypt, 3,000 years of history and mystery at
my
the tip of your
camels?
fingers.
I'm in camel riding.
It's also
ride
the
a
story
camel.
of one man, Bayek. Bayek is the last Magi,
I know that sounds
the
like a joke,
protector of his community.
but I really want to ride a camel.
Egypt-
No, I get it, man. I get it.
And his struggle against the dark forces that corrupt ancient Egypt will lead to the foundation of
You haven't.
the Assassin's
You haven't been able to like ride.
But recreating
The last thing
ancient
you could do
Egypt,
was
going
ride
back
horses
so
and then,
far
like,
in
the
time, pushed us
third game,
to
I think.
rethink and expand our gameplay mechanics. We added many RPG elements to a
Mr. Zephyr says, still not a fan
systemic
of the
world,
title
more detailed analyzed
Assassin's Creed
than
Origins.
ever
I thought it was
before.
going to be called Assassin's Creed Empire.
So today,
but
we are
That would've been
very
a cool
proud
name.
to show you what the game
I'm down
looks
with
like
Origins, so as
on
well.
Xbox
everybody's
One
really
X,
focused on the price.
running in 4K.
They
That's
just want
why I
them to
think
say
they
the
should have
price.
just said it.
Now,
Yeah.
just for you, Bayek is coming back to Siwa, his hometown,
What's his name?
kill
Bayek.
the
Bayek.
fake oracle, Medunam.
It's a weird name, but I guess I'll get used to it.
World premiere.
Here we go.
I'm gonna call him Pete.
I'm excited for this, man. I want to see what this looks like.
Hell yeah. I thought I was gonna have to wait until tomorrow for this.
Black Flag was the most interesting to me by far, and that had a lot to do with the sea travel and whatnot, and it seems like they're bringing that back with this one.
Yeah. Black Flag was awesome.
Yeah, the 10 hours I played, I enjoyed. It was getting repetitive for me, but I thought the game was beautiful. I loved the sea travel.
So there are like proper cities. Everybody was worried about what you would climb and things like that.
Yeah.
First look at the character.
Ah, Siwa, my home, the sacred oasis.
Bring back horse riding as well.
Yeah. Still a lot of townspeople on screen.
Yeah.
I remember that was an issue with the one game, but
It's already nothing like I imagined.
what were you expecting?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be really difficult for them to integrate the mechanics of
my
Assassin's
eyes,
Creed
Senua.
in Egypt, but yeah, I guess there was like cities and things, you know?
Control of a bird, is that new?
That is new,
This
yeah.
temple resembles a fortress.
Oh, it's like your
just
spy.
That's really cool.
You can like mark enemies and whatnot here, I guess.
Yeah, that's neat. They're definitely pulling this from Far
There
Cry.
you are,
Predictions, does the bird die at the end?
Medunamon,
No.
the next masked one on my list.
Yeah, that's something you could do in Far Cry.
Uh-huh.
They're definitely being
Now it is
influenced
my
from
turn
successful features.
tip the
in that
balance of
franchise.
Yeah, I mean, they're both Ubisoft.
Yeah, hell yeah, why not, dude? If it works.
I've gotten that vibe with like everything Ubisoft related. There's always this tangent.
Some crossover.
Yeah, like so many mechanics and whatnot seem to go throughout their series.
That's my problem with stealth overall. Normally, is I don't ever feel like I have enough like equipment or tools necessary to. That's fucking awesome.
That is freaking cool.
That's really cool.
Boom headshot. That was
into,
nice.
Right into stealth too.
I like that sound.
Yeah.
He took his gold, and I like it. It feels good. Okay, so
Better
they got a
be
little
careful
marker
here.
there showing the direction of enemies.
I should go drop these priests in the desert. Let us stand to take them.
A fine bow.
Poison, I saw there.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit of a Destiny thing going on here, doesn't it?
This is really neat. Actually, this gear reminds me a lot of Injustice's gear system. But,
Wonder why you have the
always
option to
had-
poison there. That was interesting.
They've always had different options for like gear linked up, but that seemed like a lot more in depth.
It is too dangerous. I will pass for now.
Yeah, I agree, Declonius. Eagle Vision is a crutch, much like Detective Vision in the Batman games.
Rick is saying in chat it's like an RPG, bringing in some RPG elements here. That's kind of like our discussion in the one episode about how everything is kind of an RPG now, because so many games just incorporate those elements at the
That
least.
was Dustin.
Yeah.
Who brought that up. Yeah, the line has definitely become more blurred between what is and what isn't. I would definitely agree to that.
There's like subgenres of RPG now.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I'm really liking this.
Yeah, me too, Kelly. This is more than I would have hoped for.
Level up! Not a
I don't
fan
think
of that
you-
level up font. I think that's definitely pre-alpha, but...
Yeah. I don't think you've ever leveled up.
No?
Now that I remember,
I'm getting like Horizon vibes. Kind of.
there's a lot of influence.
You
in
will
that.
die, Medunamund.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's fast.
Using the shield. Yeah.
He's very fast.
Oh, he's got like a scimitar or whatever those things are called. Like Dothrakis have in Game of Thrones. Very nice.
Yeah, this looks neat.
Get him!
Finally.
Oh! It's
You
like
can control
Heavenly
the
Sword?
arrow?
It's Heavenly Sword where you can control the arrow.
That's pretty awesome, dude. That looked really neat. I don't think the stream does a great job at showing how good it will look.
Yeah.
And I also think it is, you know, some things to be fine-tuned, but that looked great.
See in the bottom right-hand corner there, it said Xbox One X Enhanced.
At Xbox, we've always believed in the power of games to unite us all. Today, communities of gamers not only play
Yeah, I think you're
together,
right, Templar,
they create
actually.
together and watch together.
But the
A
levels
whole
didn't
new
seem to
genre
matter
of
much
games has
in
emerged,
those games.
designed for both the player and the community. And with Mixer, we're innovating new features to make these experiences even better. This one's special. Of all the games in this genre, here is one that the world is having as much fun watching as they are playing. And I can tell you that includes many of us at Team Xbox. The creative director of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a gamer turned developer.
That game is
who designed
taken
this
off like
game
crazy
together
on
with a
Twitch. I know nothing
passionate
about it, but
community.
everybody's playing it.
Please
I don't know
welcome
anything about it.
It's huge.
PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan Green.
Assassin's Creed looked awesome.
Thanks, Phil. Good afternoon, everyone. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a multiplayer battle royale where you must fight against 100 other players to be the last one standing. Our team's focus is to bring the most complete battle royale experience
Such a
ever
weird
to
name,
console
but-
and deliver a great
Yeah.
experience across all Xbox One devices. Our development is truly community-driven, and we owe much of our success to everyone who's given us feedback over the past year. With over 3 million PC players to date, we can't wait to bring PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds exclusively to Xbox
Was there a
One
release
later
date
this
on
year
Assassin's Creed? Did I
with
miss
an
it?
update for Xbox One
I
X
bet there was, but I
enhancements
did miss it as
shipping
well.
with the
Chat,
final
can you
version.
tell me if you guys caught
See
that?
you on the Battlegrounds,
This is
everyone.
exclusive to Xbox One, he said. That's a pretty big grab. Again, I don't know a lot about the game, but I do see how big it is, and I know that Twitch has a huge community that's streaming it. So this is a good get for Microsoft.
Yeah.
October 27th for Assassin's Creed.
Nice. Oh, I won't even be at home. I'll be on my honeymoon. I get that shit when I come home.
Launch exclusive. So probably timed.
Yeah. not my thing here.
I get why it's a big Twitch
Sure,
popularity. Yeah. I get that for sure. This huge 100-player deathmatch.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Definitely.
As Wormco said, I don't care about this game, but it's definitely popular. Yeah, sometimes you just have to disconnect yourself from what you're interested in and recognize, like, okay, yeah, I'm not into this, but this is a good get for Microsoft. And it, lends to this being a good conference for them.
Definitely.
Nice grab.
And that is launch exclusive?
Launch exclusive, so I assume that means timed.
And this is only on PC right now?
Right now it's only on PC. And this year too. Yeah, very nice.
Exclusive.
Welcome to everybody in the room. I think we have over 50. Real quick, hit that heart button if you want to chat with us. Chat room, we would love to talk with you. All you gotta do is hit that follow button.
This is an exclusive.
Everyone's atmosphere. Interesting artistic direction. I said everyone's atmosphere because it kind of looks like No Man's Sky, but the opposite.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Co-op though. The one, once again, the opposite of No Man's Sky.
And is this new IP?
It looks like it, yeah. This looks like, kind of a smaller indie thing. Deep Rock Galactic. Danger! Darkness. Dwarfs.
Yeah, that one didn't do anything for me.
One of the 42 games.
Yeah.
Just throwing it in there.
Yeah.
State of Decay, maybe? I'm gonna guess State of Decay 2. Nice foliage.
If the world you knew was gone, all the comforts, the simple pleasures you took for granted, how would you protect yourself and the ones you love when the protectors can't even save themselves?
So this is Xbox One and Windows 10. So that's different than what they said earlier. Earlier they said console exclusive for that one game.
Yeah, I think...
I'm getting confused on what's what.
Yeah, the messaging is a little strange. I'm going to assume that these are all coming to Windows 10 as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling that's probably the situation. Yeah.
I think, like we were saying, they would have had to make a bigger deal about that being like, okay, we're bringing these back to console.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I think there's still the whole everything's on PC thing.
Last truck.
No, I'm pretty sure this is
not
State of
Dead
Decay
Rising.
2, guys.
They just came out with Dead Rising. Dead Rising 4 came out last fall.
I know Mike was into State of Decay, the first one. This is one of those games where I have no interest at all.
How will you decide who belongs?
It's just like another generic zombie game for me.
How will you choose a place to call home? How will you build it?
You build up bases and things in this, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a very teamwork-driven game. I'm not sure if it's co-op though. I think it is.
From the terror just outside the walls. When you get hungry, cold, What risks will you take? What mistakes will you make? When the only family you've got is about to tear itself apart, will you end a life?
Wait.
Or save it?
I guess you have the choice.
This is our only one, but we need everybody we've got.
So what happens if the other player, if you kill them?
Fucked, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Garzon, I am definitely not. I thought I was a little more open to zombies again, but I'm not.
Not these kind of zombie games.
Yeah.
No interest at all.
Yeah.
If you are into it, that is totally cool. Just I'm done with these kind of zombie games.
Yeah, I would agree.
Get in too deep and realize no.
But it's good for
second
people.
chance.
People like State of Decay, so.
Ow.
Wow.
There's a fatty. Oh!
holy
Oh my
shit.
god! Jesus Christ!
How will
Wow,
you
he
find
just
the
went for
strength
that shit.
to carry on?
That guy got owned. Oh, you're gonna jump on his back? That doesn't seem very smart. I would definitely keep my distance from this guy.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
It's going on a little long, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we get it. Generic zombie game. State of Decay 2. Just tell us.
In this world of the living and the dead, how will you survive?
Spring. Okay. Xbox One X enhanced.
Enhance.
Exclusive.
Console launch exclusive. It's so many different ways of announcing exclusivity in this conference. So I assume that means this will come to PS4 later. And I think this is Fortnite, isn't it?
I think.
Artistically, it looks like Fortnite, but we'll find out.
Isn't...
That would be a decent grab for them to have timed exclusivity on Fortnite, if that's the case.
Is this... Does it mean that it will come to PC later?
Oh, maybe not. I have no idea what this is.
No, I don't think this is
This
Fortnite.
is not Fortnite, no.
I am very confused. That messaging is weird.
One player remaining.
And what a play from the wounded warrior. She was caught in a trap, but she used superior tactics.
What the hell just happened?
She's going to take the win. Let's move on to the next arena. Here we're following Bloody Marrow. There's only 2 players left in this particular map. Those tracks are leading up, but that tree is going to give them direct information.
He's called a chief shoutcaster. I didn't realize they had a job name.
I'm not into the shoutcasting culture.
I didn't realize it had a name.
Oh yeah,
They're
they
called
talked about that during
shoutcasters.
Battlefront yesterday.
Okay, so is this like a third-person MOBA?
Looks like he's going to sneak in on the back window. Here we go. Shot in the back. That's one twice. Immortal's in trouble. Somebody from Mixer decided to chime in. That invincibility bubble's going to help him out.
They're really pushing Mixer.
What is What is
Mixer is Microsoft's Twitch.
Oh, okay. And is that built into the system? Or?
It is. It's built into Windows and Xbox, and they support Twitch as well, of course. But the Darwin Project, not enough to go
me.
off of yet, but I'm sure they'll go into more detail.
Not for me.
Never mind, they're not. Okay, the Darwin Project. I don't.
They gotta
really...
clear up this console exclusive launch exclusive. They gotta.
Yeah.
They gotta figure that shit out.
When I hear console launch exclusive, I feel like that's saying on consoles, meaning PS4 and Xbox One, is getting a timed exclusivity window on Xbox One. That's the vibe I get there.
Expansion on Minecraft or a new Minecraft?
I don't think Minecraft ever gets a Minecraft 2, to be honest. Does it really need one? Does it need a graphical update? No.
Sure doesn't.
It's a service. Yeah, I think very recently, Lionhead, I would agree with you. It's becoming a little muddled.
Yeah.
Brand director Lydia
I would agree.
Winters.
As well.
Still, some solid announcements here. Nothing too exciting yet.
This summer, millions of Minecraft
Definitely could do without Minecraft. We got enough Minecraft last year. Do we really need more Minecraft?
I mean, you knew they would talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, they bought it for $4 billion or whatever. So.
Community across mobile, VR, Windows 10 PCs, and consoles.
This young lady is very excited.
As part of this effort, we're excited to welcome player-made skins, maps,
that look that she gave us.
Community-run servers.
That was kind of sexual.
Into the game itself.
She's like,
because we know that the amazing content
know.
you create makes Minecraft even better. This fall,
Mel just says, "Oh, it's a chick."
When they announced the name, I was expecting a guy. They said a man's name, I thought.
To the game. But we didn't stop there. With all this talk about graphics, we're taking things one step further. Today, we're revealing a new look for Minecraft that we're super excited for you to try out. One that's inspired by the power of Xbox One X and available this fall.
Suddenly it's hyper-realistic.
Wouldn't
that be crazy?
Yeah, that would be nuts.
If there was just a button you press and suddenly it looks hyper-realistic.
Maybe it's a lot of...
It looks like texture work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better textures. Maddie, super duper fuck off.
Just like the music.
Music is good. 4K.
I thought that people liked that it was kind of shitty looking. Isn't that part of the charm?
It is part of the charm. It still has the blockiness. It's just better textures now. And also, I feel like the lighting looks better than it did before. Super duper graphics pack.
All right.
Yeah. That's probably the appropriate reaction to that. All right.
In 4K. When the Minecraft team showed me the first
Maddie beat me to it. I was going to say, that's not a game I would really pitch in 4K.
That was like last time with Parappa the Rapper. That is the game I want to play in 4K. Parappa the Rapper remastered.
No, see, Lionhead, Lego games in 4K, those games actually look pretty good sometimes. The reflective surfaces and things like that off the plastic.
Means ensuring that the biggest third-party franchises you want to play are there for you on Xbox One. Of course, you'll find these great games in the Xbox Store, available for pre-order today.
Okay, mild applause.
But bringing the biggest blockbuster franchise is just one part of the job. Delivering broad, diverse, and new games to Xbox means searching to find unique games from creators around the world that will surprise and delight. To me, these next few games do just that.
I feel like he kind of checked out.
With the game I got to play on a recent
He seems like he lost interest.
A little bit.
Hilarious, a little crazy, and a whole lot of fun. Let's take a look at it.
World premiere.
No, it's not. Minecraft is not the same thing as the Lego games. Look up the Thor level from Lego Marvel Superheroes and tell me that it's the same.
It's your favorite franchise. Dragon Ball Z.
What is it? Is this going to be
Budokai
not an exclusive?
It said world premiere. It did not say exclusive. Wow.
That looks really cool.
Yeah. That looks right out of...
Oh shit, it's a fighting game. Like a proper fighting game. Not kind of like this...
Wow, the stream cannot keep up with all this motion. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is like an old school fighting game. It's no more that you know,
yeah, the newer versions of like the Budokai series and all that, right? They went more.
Yeah, you can
3D.
Fly and go all over the place and level things. Oh, it's still. Is it just all Japanese? sounds like it because those are not the voice actors.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
That's pretty cool. Early 2018. Peggy, 13.
Exclusive.
What does it mean? Again, I assume timed console exclusive. I like a Maddie. That's Japanese, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, like, is that just going to be the only version of the game? Are they going to, like, have the voice actors do it?
It does come out spring, so maybe they have some time to get the American voice actors on board. What is this?
All these launch exclusives.
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
That's fair.
It means something.
It does mean something. That's for sure.
Huh, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Was this a world premiere? So this might be an entirely new IP?
Well, it's not exclusive.
No, just timed.
This guy's pissed.
Kind of gives me some Final Fantasy 14 vibes, actually. This was on PC, says Alex. If I quoted Blades of Glory, it was not intentional.
If you what?
Quoted Blades of Glory. The Will Ferrell movie with that other guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, what the fuck is his name?
I don't know. He died.
No, he's definitely alive.
Black Desert, MMORPG.
Hmm.
That is their answer to Final Fantasy 14, I guess. If we can't get Final Fantasy 14, we'll get Black Desert. Take that. Looked pretty cool.
It looked okay.
Yeah, nothing's like really
not yet
make me feel something.
Metro looked really cool.
Yeah, Metro looked awesome.
That was the only one for me so far that I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
An Odd Tales game. What does that mean? Console launch exclusive. Getting a lot of timed exclusives. Whoa.
Huh.
By Raw Fury. That is interesting. I like that a lot. That is a cool art style that I have not seen yet.
That is really, really cool.
This is awesome. Damn, that looks freaking cool.
That looks great. Well, good news. It's coming to Windows 10, buddy.
There we go. This looks really cool.
Yeah, this does look really cool.
The Last Night. And what a nice artistic direction that game has.
Mm-hmm. That looks really neat.
It's like Blade Runner.
Yeah, I was just
like,
gonna say.
In pixels, but not at the same time.
Seem to have a heavy influences from like Blade Runner.
What a cool looking game.
Yeah, I'd go in for that for sure. That was great.
This also looks cool.
This does look really cool.
I love this is my thing now, man. I don't need hyperrealism. Forget that. Do things like this. This looks awesome. And the music too.
Yeah, this
what? These are like my favorite moments so far. What?
What?
I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. With the music playing such a heavy role.
This is like my heart is growing 3 sizes.
This is really cool. We pissed them off. We said they didn't have enough.
They started speaking to me.
The music is just so good.
such a hipster,
Fuck
man.
yeah, dude.
I'm such a hipster.
I'm not a hipster, and that appealed the shit to me.
What
was that called?
I feel so artsy.
Can't
It's like
even read it.
a playful escape, I want to say, is what it's called.
Both of those look great.
Yeah. Those are like my 2 favorite moments so far.
So far, yeah. I'm with you.
This is how you stuff 42 games into a conference.
Mm-hmm. How many do you think we've seen so far?
I want to say 20.
I was gonna say 12.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like 20.
You think 20 already?
I mean, they're probably half done, so I'm going to go with that. They're actually an hour into this, so are you telling me they're going to fit 30 video games in these last 30 minutes? Because that would be
Some will
impressive.
probably be in a highlight, I bet.
Yeah,
Some
maybe they do a
smaller ones.
montage. Code
20?
Vein, Bandai Namco, and Unreal.
I did not care for that.
That just was something that was there.
That was
We've
white noise.
scoured the globe meeting with creative artists and development teams, and I'm often surprised and humbled by their work. Whether it's a story that could only be born of a different land, or artistic design and storytelling that, in a single moment, can capture your imagination and inspire. There is much to be learned by looking beyond borders.
Those indies look
Our
awesome.
first party
Yeah, they did.
is also a place.
That's
of
my
innovation
takeaway
and
so far, is
creativity.
those 2 games I'm
Today,
keeping an eye on.
I'm excited to share with you an extended look at never-before-seen gameplay from Rare's shared world adventure, Sea of Thieves.
Are you going to tell us that it's coming out this year?
This will definitely have a date.
I'd be really surprised if this doesn't come out this year.
I definitely don't need an extended gameplay. Look
the
at
joy
it.
of a new voyage far across the Sea of Thieves.
But that's
just
cool.
you,
No,
the
you
wide
got
open world.
All
and
for Horde
not just you,
playing.
she's here too.
Whoever that is.
I feel like we saw a lot of this last year.
Yeah, we
But the
kind of saw
point
the
is,
same
this
thing last
is
year.
a shared world, right for exploring and raiding with your fine pirate crew. Look at them, scurrying around, making themselves useful.
No, I do
That's
not
what we
think
like to
BioWare's
see.
game is the closer. I think they're gonna have
The
a
world
world
of Sea
premiere.
of Thieves.
Yeah, I think they
seethes
need
with
a
possibilities,
100%
with adventures
exclusive
sculpted
as their
above
ender, and
below
as far as I
the
know,
waves.
Anthem is not
All you have to
100%
do is
exclusive.
jump in and up. There she goes.
There she goes.
Few things tempt a pirate like the siren song of a lootable shipwreck. Careful though, there could be anything down there. Literally, there could be anything. We haven't finished designing it yet. Joking, that was
Well.
a joke.
Guess that means it's not coming out this year.
Ah, sunken treasure. It's like a pirate performance bonus.
He said it was a joke. Not a good one, but a joke.
Every player's
Hell yeah,
decisions
Mel.
and discoveries
Assassin's Creed
will be
looked
different.
fucking
Yeah,
dope.
Assassin's Creed did look
However
real
you
nice. I'm
plan
excited
on
to see
seeking
Ubisoft show off a
it
little
pays
more
to
of that
be
game.
prepared. For
Take
gigantic
Cannonball.
lumps of iron, these are surprisingly portable.
Do you feel like
Amazing workmanship.
I don't want to be
Better
down
than
on this
back
game at all?
Yeah,
because
I
I
am
understand it
that.
has its audience,
There's really no
and,
sense in
and I'm sure it'll be
pushing your
great.
luck down here.
But is this what you wanted Rare to be working on?
Not even a little bit, no. Pro Ball, if you're asking when the Sony conference is, it's tomorrow at 9 o'clock our time?
9 o'clock p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern
You're
time.
not much used to your crew betting in
So
two.
5 o'clock, or 6 o'clock Pacific?
Yeah, the only thing I really take away from this game every time I see it is that the water looks really nice.
Yeah, and it does.
The water looks really nice.
But no, this is not for me. People said it was really fun,
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
but it's
In the
not for
spirit
me.
of
It's
that
not something I'm gonna go in
legendary
for.
pirate captain, Pathetic Dave.
I do like the pirate atmosphere, though.
I love pirate lore in general.
Yeah.
I do, but
That's why I like Uncharted 4, for instance.
Yeah.
That's why Assassin's
There's a
Creed
moment of
Flag
celebration
grabbed me more than
or
the other
shared
ones
one.
did.
yeah,
But for now, stow your hard-earned loot and
this
enjoy
is
the
not
voyage.
what I would want if there were to be a pirate game.
Yeah.
On Devil's Ridge beneath the sands, the gold lies hidden from thieving hands. Well, that's typical. Oh, look! Here we are at Devil's Ridge.
I see the appeal,
Nice
though,
transition,
like especially if you're into pirate lore, the idea
And so
of like
you'll ship
really
from the heart of the sea
diving
to
into
the
that
island
with your
shore,
buddies and
where you'll
searching for
explore
buried
jungles and
treasure
coves,
and
cliff tops and caverns.
Yeah,
I definitely see the
Has its
appeal.
very
Yeah,
own
me
language.
too, for sure.
And over time, you'll uncover hidden shortcuts, abandoned stashes, and vistas that will steal your grog-soaked
Rick
breath.
says, I'm perfectly fine with Rare making this. I like them doing
And
something new.
yes,
They could have easily
sometimes
done
you'll
what we
encounter
expected, and I
people
think they
who,
will
for whatever
eventually.
reason, would like to blow
Yeah,
you
I'm
into
with you
one
there, man.
Yeah, I'm down with them making something new. This just,
I think it just comes
not what I would have wanted.
Exactly, it just comes from the fact that
Because you'll
we
also
are
face
fans
the
of what
Romeo
Rare used to do,
Yeah.
and this game doesn't really appeal to what we enjoy in games too much. So we wish they were doing something else.
Yeah. You know.
An afterlife of fighting and
I don't know.
killing
This
until
still
all
looks
their
like it's
bits
not ready.
fall. It's what they would have wanted. Now, make
Yeah,
sure
I'm
your crewmates
going
all
to say
have
this is
part
not
to
coming
play.
this year.
I think this is the game, you know what I mean?
Yep, that works. And look, they brought the riddle map.
They gotta
See
get
the
this
cursed
out.
boar shrine where there is
Yeah.
no sky. It lies in wait for a light held high. Right, well that's got to be around here somewhere. But if you've got a bad feeling, you can always leave someone
So
on board
is
to brace
this
the ship for a
pretty
speedy
much an
get.
MMORPG? Like, are you able to encounter other people outside your party in this world?
Looks like they've
that's a
slipped
good
out that
question.
place where there is no sky. Time
I
to
wonder if
pool
like
the
it's just the people
resources
you
as
bring in and that's
plunge
it,
into the
and then
unknown.
NPCs.
It would be easy to come a cropper in these claustrophobic caves. You don't want to wander off track. Unless, of course, you're streaming, and you'll have loads of people in the chat telling you what to do anyway.
Guy sounds like Craig Ferguson.
He does. Yeah, he really does.
It's probably nothing. Just kids.
It'd be cool if we saw a boss battle at the end of this. Like a Kraken or something.
Of course, the premier plunder isn't just lying around to be claimed by any
Or like a
drunken
squid
bumper.
from the Goonies.
You'll need to watch out for likely locations, following your map, clues, and your instincts to make light work.
Gears Bear, that's kind of how I feel. Is I wish this wasn't occupying their resources in a sense.
Yeah.
Just so they could be working on something
Lantern
else.
folk there. You're welcome.
With all their devotion.
Anyway, step 11 paces northwest, through the gloom. Dig my chest from its tomb.
Impressive
With that,
rhyming.
we're one step closer to payday. Then again, some of the loot in these parts has lain undisturbed for a long time. That has to be the spot. You can practically taste the treasure. Good call on the double duty shovel work too. That
Got it on
storm
the first
outside's
try,
always
that's
nipping
impressive.
at your heels.
It's like they knew where it was.
It's almost like that, yeah.
Ah, very nice.
For some reason, it makes Ryan just very matter of factly. I do not like this.
Is that the owners really
That's
like
fair,
to hang
man.
on.
Yeah, that's
To each
really
their
fun.
own.
You know, that's the thing about E3 conferences. You can't appeal to everybody with every single gameplay reveal. You try to be diverse and appeal to a lot of different crowds.
Yeah.
And while they're doing that, it's time for another strategic withdrawal with the loot.
But yeah, they've definitely,
Nope, not that way.
overall, the conference for
That's
me
it.
has
Easy
become a little mundane.
Don't stop, keep going. Almost there. Watch that next step, it's a doozy. Now that's a rescue.
Cannonballs.
Give me a squid scene.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're gonna get it.
I want to see a squid attack the boat.
That would be neat.
Here's the thing, though, Gerzon Bear. I get everybody's waiting for a price, but what does the price even matter if there's no games you want to play on it?
Yeah, I gotta say, I was kind of gonna save that for the end because I don't want to be eating my words in case something like they just announce like a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah, there's still potential for that. I mean,
I'm
they
not-
might only be halfway done
Yeah.
the games.
At this point, I'm not anywhere near as hype on the new Xbox as I thought I
Just
would
the
be.
tiny
from this.
matter of making it through this storm. in
I'd be
one
perfectly comfortable grabbing those indies on my PC.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. Every single one of these games has said Xbox One and X Enhanced, and I completely forgot that was a thing because this doesn't look like anything I can't see on PS4 Pro or even original PS4, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So right now, I just think that they're pushing that towards resolution.
Yeah. I was expecting a lot more from them. I'm like we said, they have more to come. So
The only game so far that I was like, yeah, that looks really damn good, was Metro. And I was like, this looks like it might be a game that's only visually possible on Xbox One X.
yeah,
But everything since that, I haven't been like, oh yeah, I can see how this is an Xbox One X game.
yeah, same.
I'll be honest, the most visually impressive thing and I'm not talking technically, but just I was like, holy shit, visually that looks amazing, was the Blade Runner type game.
Yeah.
That was the first game that made me went, oh shit, that looks awesome. And that just goes to show, man, technical is not everything.
No, it really isn't.
All pirate life is here on
And this might be the most powerful console ever made, but what does it matter? It doesn't. Look at that water. It looks really good.
The
Water looks good. It doesn't matter if the games don't look great from a gameplay perspective and an artistic perspective, and there's so much more than just technical.
Try not to be this one.
That's a real bummer. Sad ending. Early 2018.
Okay, they gave it a window. That's good.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
It's launch exclusive.
A lot of timed exclusives. Oh, wow, this game still hasn't come out, has it? Is this what I think it is? This is one from Fulbright Company, right? Tacoma, I want to say?
Maybe?
That I've been keeping an eye on it just because Fulbright did Gone Home, which I loved, so.
I'm not giving the year.
Yeah. Hey, they gave it a date. Nice. Cool. And timed exclusive, which means it's coming to PS4, I guess?
I think, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Not that it matters. I actually might get that on PC.
He is putting it on PS4. He's talked to Greg Miller a bunch about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because there's a platinum. And Greg is giving him a hard time for not having a platinum.
Very nice. No squid attack, but shark attack. No, it's not good enough. I wanted squid.
I too wanted squid.
Bubsy. Is this Bubsy?
Yeah.
It's Bubsy.
So. I don't know what this is. I didn't know everybody knew what this was.
It was the Atari Lynx mascot.
It's beyond me, I suppose.
What a get for Microsoft. Bubsy.
Is Metro a console exclusive?
I think it is. I'll have to go back and look if it said timed or full or what. I think Mike's here. Just to catch the, hopefully, better part of the conference at the end.
Come on!
This is totally them being like, hey, look, ukulele, people were interested in that. Let's do Bubsy. He's adorable.
He's something. Hey, man. That is some fucking beard. In person, it's just a whole different ballgame.
You want to slide over towards me? I hope you have a headset, Mike. Okay. You're not missing much, to be honest.
I actually watched some. I actually thought it was pretty good so far, except for seeing these drag.
There's a few things that have definitely dragged.
Yeah.
It started stronger than the middle, that's for sure. Nothing's really truly exclusive though, as we found out.
Right.
Pretty much everything is timed console exclusive and all that.
Yeah, they haven't gone out of their way to say it's console exclusive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I did not realize that a game like that could have such a waste of time. So if Fable gets announced, I'm crying.
If you got a chance, man, you better hurry your ass up and get over here, because there's only 30 minutes left at the most.
I'm gonna go run to my car and grab the...
Probably only 20 minutes, actually. A lot of time for Bubsy
Yeah,
here.
man, I was just gonna say, like, is this really what we want to be lingering on? It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, looks like a
very
classic,
cute platformer.
classic action platformer, yeah.
I like platformers.
This calls back to those old school platformers in the same way Ukulele did for me. Like, this looks truly... Super Lucky, never mind. I thought that was Bubsy.
Not Bubsy. Super Lucky's Tale. For some reason, I'm way more interested now that I know it's not Bubsy.
Yeah, I will agree with you.
Exclusive.
Just because I didn't like the way that fucking thing looked or spoke.
Super Lucky's Tale, okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, my.
Oh, my. Oh! Shadow Drop? What do you
About
think?
time, dude. Nah, I don't think they're going to shadow drop it, but I think it's going to be either late summer or early fall.
About damn time.
Yep.
September 29th.
Nice.
Is that considered fall or summer, Dean? that's definitely fall.
I can't go down that road. Yeah, my birthday is first day of fall, 22nd. You can do this.
Exclusive.
You're all right.
Yeah, you're good, dude. Oh, that was.
You really didn't need to go that far with it.
That was crazy.
No, you
It
put
was
way too much energy into
absolutely
that.
Jack in, Neo. It's
Starring
Matrix.
Terry Crews.
Matrix.
In
Yeah.
Crackdown.
Oh,
Terry
shit.
Crews is the main character.
Oh, yes.
That is awesome.
I like that this isn't closing the show. That's good for me.
You're going to want to pull in a little tighter, Mike, as you can see on the camera there.
In fact, it's only just begun. That's
Wow.
why we brought in you.
The gameplay, the graphics look amazing. Damn, that looks real.
So realistic.
You throw grenades. Boom! Tomorrow, you'll be throwing cars. Forget dropping bombs. You're dropping buildings.
Dude, he has a personality for this too, and I
He's a good
love it.
spokesperson,
Get to
yeah.
work. Time to step up your
Step your game up. He's taking a page from Marcus.
You think he's a voice actor?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, he's definitely
the
gonna be a
main
voice actor.
character,
If he's not, then I'll be surprised.
Here we go.
There we go. That's the graphics I like to see. We like the charge.
I never got into Crackdown, but I remember my cousins thought it was the best.
Dude, I love it.
I never got into it.
It's
either.
easily one of my favorite games from Xbox. The first one better than the second, but
So it's crazy.
I'm loving it. It's exactly what I needed to see from this.
At the same time, though, does this scream Xbox One X to you?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. We're waiting for a game besides Metro. Metro looked.
I was gonna say Metro. I saw images of, and Forza. Forza looked great.
Yeah, Forza looked great.
Those are great. I'm not a sim racer guy, but
That's what I said. I said in the Discord, like, I wish I was in the racing because this looks great.
I like arcade racers.
Right.
Need for Speed seemed to be scratching that itch.
Nice.
Yes, that's cool.
Did you ever play it?
No, never.
I think you would find it fun.
Yeah, it looks like up my alley.
It's just crazy.
Like you start out, you can
mayhem,
jump
yeah.
maybe as high as the ceiling, and then you can jump as high as the second floor. And then
Is
you
it
can-
heavily? Oh, November.
November, yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Scorpio
feeling they
launch
had to
title.
have been.
Is it like heavily multiplayer focused?
Both.
Cool.
I think this is going to be more multiplayer focused than the last one,
Mm-hmm.
but you can absolutely play this by yourself and have fun, which is what the majority of what I did.
They're getting into that habit now of pulling out the camera too far. They need to stop that shit.
I would agree.
All right, so
Yeah,
here's
there
our
you go.
10 or 12 games. So quickly.
I was going to say, I was like, I put in the
That
Discord,
looks
like,
cool.
make your
Yeah.
bets on how many of these are going to be indies.
Unruly Heroes. Like cool.
The two indies that they showed off in the middle have been my
Look
favorite
great.
moments
Desert,
of the entire
the
conference.
desert,
No,
whatever,
it
the
was,
fighting one.
There was one that looked like a Blade Runner.
Yeah.
In like a pixel.
I
art
saw
kind
that,
of
the
thing.
pixel art one. I saw that. I had it on in the car.
Looked really cool.
There you go, Mike. Fatal Fortune.
It's just so
God, I
close
hate
to
it
what
so
you
much.
want to do.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to lie, dude. I
I
swear.
could see a Fable 4 if it existed being the closer.
Yeah,
Right,
that would be a
that's what
really
I'm thinking.
Cool
Like, if
announcement.
they close it with that, I will cry.
Yeah.
That would be a really, really cool way to end the show.
Here at Xbox, we understand where we came from in gaming. And then the music, oh my god, the music I hear.
Now, this is like a good 15 of their games here.
Right.
They're knocking a whole bunch out of the 42 right now.
Ooblets. I'm really excited to bring 4K visuals from Ooblets on the Xbox One
Well, they
X.
made a really big push to show why Minecraft, you know, the block game, was really impressive in 4K.
Yeah, that was a unique.
Updated textures, man.
I guess. You know who makes the Minecraft game look good? Nintendo Switch in portable mode.
Yeah.
And also, I'm being completely facetious right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Primal, for the follow.
At
Really
Xbox,
appreciate it. Keep them coming, guys.
It's not just about finding creative artists. It's about empowering them and nurturing them, helping shine a light on their work, making it easy for them to build and share their creations. That's why the ID at Xbox program is so important to us. The team has released over 500 games on Xbox One and Windows 10 through the ID at Xbox program. And this is not just a milestone for the program and the independent developer community. It's a milestone for everyone.
I feel like we're getting real close
who
to the end.
loves great games.
That's a shame.
I hope you're
Yeah,
reminded today.
I would agree.
Why it's
It's
so
not-
great
it hasn't
to
been
be
the
a gamer
best.
on Xbox.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's been terrible.
No, it's definitely not terrible.
Not at all.
I had the word
skill,
exclusive far more often.
I think it hinges a lot on this
Next
price.
few games bring it all together.
There you go. Few games.
Let's start
Next
with a
few.
game whose stylistic approach alone makes it something very special.
I think they're going to close strong here.
I mean, they got some big stuff. Those indies look great. Metro
Yeah.
look great. Crackdown 3 coming
A
this fall.
lot of timed exclusives.
Yeah.
Another Annapurna?
They did get a lot of good stuff. They had
is
Assassin's
two from
Creed
them.
reveal.
From this
The
development.
dark is older than the light.
Lord of the Rings. That is going to be a focus from what we could tell at that opening
Last
montage.
Oh,
They've
Blow.
still got to do Shadow of War.
Blow's here,
And
dude.
we rose with this
Blow is
first
here?
light.
Below.
Oh. They said Blow.
Blow. I think
I was
this
like,
is
Jonathan Blow?
It looks just like it.
Because I actually would be interested in that.
I think
considering
they
the Witness.
respect it though. It doesn't look like it's going to have the same approach as before. Yeah, it looks like they went third person with it. I'm almost certain it's Blow. Yeah, look at the character design.
Wow, that would be crazy.
That's
Unless-
one indie with a controller.
Unless it's Sword and Sorcery.
Faint and vulnerable.
That would be crazy if they completely redesigned Below. I think a lot of people would be very disappointed in that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's either Below or Sword and Sorcery. That's what the vibes I'm getting from the animation style. And doesn't that look just like the Below door?
Yeah, it has a similar artistic direction as far as the atmosphere and whatnot. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
can't
Anthem.
imagine they would
Anthem's coming out for the
change.
What's Fable 4?
Yeah, that's the thing is there's not really that much they have left because I feel like Shadow of War has got to be here, Anthem's got to be here. Like, what else could they have? There's only like 20 minutes at most left, I would think.
I mean, this looks cool.
Yeah, this looks cool.
I think it's Sword and Sorcery. Oh no! There you go, Ashen. That's what
feel
that
like
title
I've
was.
seen that
I've
name
seen that
before.
title before. And
Yeah, I feel they got like a very short tease last year for
Yeah.
that. That was pretty cool.
World premiere.
This is gonna be Anthem, I think.
There it is, Square Enix. Oh,
Is this
Life is Strange?
Yeah.
Wow. They went the Microsoft
Prequel.
approach this time.
Yeah. I mean, it's on everything, but yeah, world premiere at
Well, they showed
at
it off
Xbox.
at Sony, didn't they, last time?
Life is
This is a
Strange.
prequel?
This is the prequel. I doubt this is the sequel. This is going to be about Rachel Amber and Chloe.
I feel numb. I feel numb in this kingdom. I feel numb.
I just love that I'm going to have these great musical choices again. I love Life is Strange soundtrack.
This one sounds way more up my alley than the
I like that it's enhanced for the Xbox Scorpio.
Huh. Surprised they haven't shown Rachel Amber yet.
Rachel?
How'd that do it for you?
I felt something.
Yeah, right, dude? Tell us something else to
Felt a little something there.
Really?
What is it called?
Before the Storm.
Before the
Okay.
Storm. Episode
Smart
1 of 3,
title.
so it's still episodic, and it's only 3 episodes.
August.
Right, but that's smart and smart wording for the title too.
August. Wow.
August, yeah.
Not far away at all
Sounded
either.
like it was in the middle of August there.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go,
okay.
Shadow War.
Creative.
Yeah, I didn't really need something else from Life is Strange.
Me neither.
To be honest,
I'll play
but
that, though.
yeah, I'll take a look at it for sure.
You tried to humiliate
I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, me too, because I didn't get to the first one.
Oh, the first one's so good, dude.
I know, but I missed the train on that and I knew it, so I'm just waiting for this.
I'm always impressed with the lip sync on the creatures in this game. It's very well done, especially considering they're not human. Level Up Network, do you have an Xbox tag? Only one that has an Xbox here is Dean.
I do. If you
I
want to
don't know,
add
man.
me, it's the Beast NJ, all one word, all lowercase.
If I see something good, I'll be getting an Xbox again.
Yeah.
I've had enough of your mouth, Bruce. So
Is
now
this
I'm gonna
PvP?
kill you for all these
Yeah, I don't know what's
orcs
going on
to
here.
see.
Are you controlling?
I think so. I think it's PvP. I think you're going for like a Dishonored feel to it. Or not Dishonored. What's the Dishonored, right? The game with swords for the puddle.
Oh no, that was For Honor.
For Honor. Why did I say? Oh no.
Because it has honor in title.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think so.
No?
Oh, shit.
Look at the gamer tag.
You think the fight would be that short?
Oh, no.
That would be a short fight.
Yeah, you're controlling who you're...
It's still the Nemesis system.
Yeah, okay.
Introduced a way to create
I thought that would be kind of cool.
stories for every
To be able to actually control.
Well, you would hate that.
They're expanding the Nemesis system. 2 new features we're really excited about are forging an army of followers and Nemesis
Put the fucking
fortresses.
screen up. We don't need to
I
see
know.
the stage, dude.
I don't even know where the guy is.
Me neither.
Okay, I see you. Go back.
Right.
We're going to assault a fortress controlled by one of Sauron's overlords.
Now, were all these abilities you had in the first one, or these new?
There's a lot of new ones.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ones that are really cool that you split, like your Athriel form and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like distract them with like your spirit form and then come up behind them with your human form and shit. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
The fluidity between attacks and between the characters and the enemies is pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude, this was a great game. The first one. This one looks real promising.
Yeah.
It's a big son of a bitch. There was no orcs that big in the first one.
Yeah, this one you actually have to climb somewhat.
There were monsters and things that you could take over, but
is that like God of War style prompt system in that first one? Or? Really, that's the new objective. I had no idea that was the point in the first place.
Some of them they were like giants that you could control and ride.
Oh, damn. That was badass.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cool, dude.
You're mine now.
Bright Lord, Dark Lord. Same thing, really. End results me ripping spines out, which I like to do anyway, so either way's a win.
A fine addition to our army.
Name's Bruce. From here on out, I will be your shadow. No one gets to you without my say-so.
I suddenly like him so much more.
Yeah.
We'll all follow eventually.
I don't know who voices his like Astro form. I know Troy Baker does the main protagonist.
There's a fortress nearby.
Rick says, I have to admit, if this is on Xbox One X, I don't see a huge difference.
No.
Deadly smart.
For sure.
Which, well, I guess he'd have to be given the 2 heads. You take him down, you'll send a message to Sauron and
this is on Xbox One X. It said enabled.
Part of the bargain.
So. Again, I mean, we can't see the 4K of it all, but...
Gather your troops. Will do. Ooh, just make sure you let me pop his heads off, won't ya?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
Man,
the
so facial animations and stuff.
Loyal followers in our army.
You know, is this something you had in the first one or no?
What?
Just the follower thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it was much more temporary.
Okay.
Like if you would take over someone, they would be in your area, but like this is like an army that you have.
Like Saragost and Kirith Ungol. Mordor's a
It's
massive living,
everything from the first game seems to have been taken like up,
like revamped everything.
Yeah. Put on roids.
Yeah.
You cleave me in two.
Because you would like take over, like you would infiltrate a camp, and then say you would take over like 5 or 6 guys. They would fight for you, maybe be killed, maybe you wind up killing them because you're done with them, and then you leave, and then that's it. These guys is like your army.
Right, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This guy's got a metal beard.
Yeah.
I wore it better.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow! I feel like he should be dead.
This machine will grind you to paste. I hate big things. Cool. Finally.
Everything besides the characters, I have to say, graphically is not too impressive.
It looks very similar to like Witcher.
See, no, I would definitely disagree. I don't think this looks anywhere near as good as Witcher.
The Witcher looks better, but it looks a lot different in person. I would have to say to the game's credit.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, not in person. When it's like running on your system, it looks pretty good.
You take out the Overlord.
The facial animation and the monsters and all that
plan our
look great.
attack and select our followers.
But yeah, the first one wasn't like it wasn't like visually stunning or anything
No,
like that.
it wasn't. I played a good portion of it too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know it.
I was gonna say, is that guy's helmet intentionally not on his head? I feel like there was a little bit of a glitch there.
Because that's a glitch. That's amazing.
It's a funny glitch.
The case, he said you're all gonna die horribly.
I have to imagine this character stays with you for a while because he's got like a ton of personality.
Right, and I like it.
Focus on the defenders. Define focus.
Wow, that's a lot of enemies or characters on the screen right there.
And they each have pretty good detail in their animations too.
I don't know that he would because I think you chose like who you took with you when you first confronted them at that pit.
Yeah, that's impressive though.
Yeah.
That they probably put a lot of work into the character and the personality of each of these enemies that you can recruit.
Yeah.
Exclusive. World premiere.
There's a Blu-ray player in the PS4 Pro, but it is not a UHD Blu-ray player. No.
Right.
Xbox One S and the One X have that.
Piano. Gareth Coker. Why does that name sound familiar? Ori in the Blind Forest?
Yes, that's what it is.
I thought so.
That's awesome.
I love this.
Spiritual successor or sequel?
Good question.
Wow, this looks freaking beautiful.
Yeah, it sure does.
Well, they won purpose. Have to get an Xbox now.
No, play it on your PC, man.
What PC?
PC you're gonna be getting?
I mean, it's no live orchestra, Nelson.
Little nods back to the original.
I was gonna say Gareth Coker. I was like, I think that's the composer for Ori. Man,
This looks cool
this
as
studio is insane when it comes to the animation, making it look like a Disney film come to life.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Kelly, it's Ori.
Wow. Shadow of War, Joe. They didn't say, did they?
No, they haven't said it's Ori yet.
But it definitely looks like
it looks. It's the same studio. It's
We know that they're working
the
on a
same
sequel.
composer. So it's probably. Yep, there he is. It's Ori.
Nice.
Aww.
This looks awesome.
Wasn't that one of the?
It's even got the same music now. What was that?
Wasn't that one of the creatures you defeated?
One of the ones right there?
Yeah, I can't
Well,
remember.
Kuro is the big bird boss, but
No, but that was like all of them.
what's it called? Ori. And the Will of the Wisps. I love that. I hope they just keep doing Ori games.
Yeah.
Ori and the something. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
When?
Ori affirms my belief in the beauty, artistry, and heart within the art of gaming. We believe that games, like books, movies, and music, should be celebrated and enjoyed by countless generations. We're passionate about preserving and celebrating the games you own, the classics of the past, and the genres you love to play. That's why 2 years ago, we launched the Xbox Backward Compatibility Program to bring Xbox 360 games to your Xbox One. And we've seen tremendous
They
growth
always
in the
talk
program.
about this as if it's doing
Today,
so well for them,
cares.
but all the
Game
statistics
stands at
don't really seem to
385
agree.
titles.
And apparently
that
there
it's
was like a
doing
thing
that great.
recently saying that they
Yeah, we're going to
inflated
talk
the
about that
numbers.
later,
Xbox
that
One
it's not
gamers
that
have played a backward
used.
compatible game. But I've
One
heard your feedback
backward
and you want
compatible game.
more. Today, I'm pleased to announce an exciting
For free.
expansion to the program.
Oh, nice. They're bringing OG Xbox in there.
Everyone will
Imagine
be,
if it was free. Just like all games for everybody.
everyone's going to be super eager to get excited about this and play none of them.
Yeah.
Dude, and this is like even going to be touched less than the 360 ones were.
Look at everybody in the crowd like standing up and cheering. Like I'm sorry, I don't think all these people are gonna use it.
It's a cool move, but no one, the numbers just came out for it.
Yeah, it's fan service, and it's great that they're doing it. But
Library, including a
love
fan
the feel.
favorite that I'm asked about often by the community, Crimson Skies.
Cool. I like that game. That's actually one of the ones I would play.
Crimson Skies.
And like the
Did you ever
Xbox
play it?
360 games,
no, I didn't have an
OG
OG
games
Xbox.
will look better and play better.
I mean, I really
across
can't
the
say too many
Xbox One
OG
family.
Xbox games that I'd be like,
We'll
yeah,
have
these need
more
to come.
share about
I don't
the
even care about
program
this
when it
that much, but I
launches
would actually
later
probably play it.
this year.
Fucking a lot
Take
of
that,
opportunities when I
Sony.
feel
You
like.
think people don't want to play old
Available
games?
today on Xbox
Our
One.
crowd does.
All of them will benefit from the performance and power when you play them on Xbox One X. But we won't stop there. I'm excited to announce that if you own Gears of War 4, Forza Horizon 3, Killer Instinct, Halo Wars 2, or Minecraft, we'll be providing 4K updates to these titles for free.
How excited are you, Dean?
That's cool.
Literally not affected at all.
We already have over 30 titles from our third-party partners that are planning to provide free updates as part of our Xbox One X.
Yeah, but what the fuck am I going to do with any of it?
Titles
I'm not going to play these games
like
again.
Final
You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Fantasy
done.
15.
Hey, Final Fantasy 15.
I feel like that would
Xbox
benefit
One
from
X.
4K.
7.
I mean, it looks great on PS4 Pro.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Rocket League, just to name a few.
Rocket League in 4K,
This
Dean.
means you probably already have.
I don't even own it on that system.
Again.
I don't understand why you're focusing on me so hard.
Because you're the only one here that might possibly at some point care
No.
at any
Today,
point of existence.
We showcase
No, dude, I'm fully on my PC for
He's
all the
wrapping
games.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Anthem is going to be their final thing.
I got really excited about the Dragon Ball Fighter because that's like OG Dragon Ball Fighter. Did you play it when you were younger? The Japanese port.
Dude, yeah, I used to import the Japanese ones.
$130.
Yeah.
From developers large and small. 42 games, including 22 with console
No
exclusivity
release
on
information
Xbox
anywhere
One.
on Ori. Just not going to talk about that.
We don't know.
And you're
We'll let you
also
know.
going to be able to play all of the biggest cross-platform blockbusters on Xbox One. And every game will
Yeah, no
play
shit.
great across the Xbox One family. And on Xbox One X, runs every single game you've seen even better.
Talking about this in a store is going to be a nightmare.
What's the
So
price?
if you haven't joined the Xbox One family, now's the time.
I want the One S.
This
You
week
said
you'll
the One
find
S, right?
Xbox
Yeah, the One
One
S.
S available
Yeah, the
in the
One S.
US for
I don't know what I'm talking
$249.
about.
And on November 7th, we'll begin worldwide rollout of Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console at $499.
Bam!
Nailed the price, nailed the launch with Forza, nailed the month.
I nailed the name.
You did nail the name.
Congrats, dude.
That was a fucking swift prediction.
I'm glad that you and I were on the same page in this.
Yeah.
Considering what
really
they showed
great
here,
They've
$499.
been with us from the earliest
Yeah.
I don't know,
days of
man.
Project Scorpio. And they're building an incredible game
Oh, no, EA.
that takes advantage
I forgot
of
we
the
had the
power
close of EA.
and
They're closing with
performance
Anthem.
of the Xbox
I have to
One
say, this
family
is
and
Well, lackluster.
the new
I want
yeah.
more.
This is not a closer that
Please welcome
I think
Patrick
deserves
Sutherland,
the launch of
Executive
Xbox One
Vice
X, and like this isn't even
President,
an
EA
exclusive.
Worldwide Studios.
Before it starts, what about what Rick just said? Jeff definitely spoiled it for everybody.
Yeah.
So was it like a planned thing like we were talking about?
Don't
or-
know.
I don't know, but
New IP, it's the lifeblood of our industry. It's also risky.
considering what's in the box,
EA,
$499
their
makes
teams
sense. But considering
spinning
what they
up a
showed
lot
on
of projects,
stage,
and only
like,
the greatest
like none of the
make it
games seem to be
their
making it
way
look
to you.
amazing,
And that's
except for
okay.
Metro. Metro's the only one where I was like,
It's
oh wow, that
all
looks like
part
a
of the creative process.
something a step above.
There was
It's worth it,
nothing
because
that
when you
said,
find something
This is
special,
get
worth
this
it.
at launch.
there's
Right.
no
Yeah.
better
Nothing.
feeling as a
But
developer
we also did the same thing about the
than
PS4
introducing
Pro,
players
and how many of
to a
us
brand new
have
world.
that?
Yeah, it depends on if they have a great trade-in
Two-thirds
program.
of us.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Completely new
I mean, if they have a great trade-in program, that might do it, because that's what got me on PS4 Pro. Is I was literally able to get one for $70 after all was said and done.
Right.
A huge open world.
Yeah,
that is
but
lush,
it's the difference in the
savage,
treatment.
mysterious, and ever-changing.
And PS4 Pro was $400 at launch.
Filled with
This is
interactive
PS4
$500
Pro
at
was
launch.
talked about as this
Types of
like,
gameplay
guys, this is a
you'll
cool
enjoy with your
iterative
friends for
option for
years
4K
to come.
owners.
I was about to
This
say,
they're like,
it's
This is what's
$650
possible
for
when we
this
take
4K.
an
Yeah.
extraordinary vision
this they're
and
they were speaking
combine
about
it
the
with
most
latest
fucking power you
technologies
could ever
and hardware.
squeeze in your face.
Amazing concepts
And it's like,
become
that's not the way the Pro was pitched.
Right.
All right, well, let's listen to
Great
this.
ideas
Let's find out what
become
Anthem's all
reality.
about.
So here we are, and we are so excited to share this with all of you. On behalf of the team at BioWare, let's see what this game looks like running on an Xbox One X.
This could be
Here's
the thing
John Warner from BioWare
that convinces
to show you
us.
Anthem.
It could be.
See how great this game looks.
Hi, I'm John Warner, game director for Anthem. Here is the world premiere of Anthem's gameplay.
Zoom in.
Hey.
So it's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it did look a little like
It's
Assassin's
Horizon. Oh my god, it's Horizon!
Yeah. Meets about a million other games. Titanfall. It's a lot of mesh.
Holy
Not
shit.
that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I get it. It's gonna happen.
Well,
But
let's
Frags
see
like-
what happens here.
Listen.
We've literally seen nothing, fellas.
What did you do?
let me be critical.
Mistake. I hired some people. They weren't freelancers. I know. They said they could handle it, and the price was right. I thought maybe.
Unbelievable.
You're right. It was stupid.
I guess this is
I'm
where they
sorry.
put all the effort and facial
they're still
animations
out there.
into.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Looks great.
If you could just bring them back. Anything you need.
Kind of reminds me of the one from id.
Rage.
Rage.
In the world of Anthem, you and your friends are freelancers. The heroes who leave the safety of the walls of Fort Tarsus to explore the unknown and protect humanity. Let's join two players as they head out on an expedition.
Hey, Bob.
I will say I'm very intrigued
Ready to go?
so far.
Yeah, I'm not even like focusing on the graphics. Just
I just want to know
looks
what's going
pretty
on.
damn cool.
Right. There's no way your feet fit in that hole.
Try out some new upgrades.
That is not possible.
That's what we're gonna take away from all this. Yeah, visually it looks great.
And honestly, conceptually, like from what I'm gathering so far, I think it looks really cool. But
So, are we getting the vibe that this is a co-op adventure where you can play with your buddies?
Every player will own an array of exosuits we call Javelins.
imagine if this is what
These
we wanted
suits
out of
give
Destiny.
players superhuman capabilities and are heavily customizable so they look and play how you want.
So this must be where
Yep, there you go.
they lost those animations for Mass Effect.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, dude.
Yeah, I got it on the weekend.
Yeah, this is their main team, clearly. This looks cool.
This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like something that might be only possible on Xbox One X.
Right, I was gonna say this. If this is gonna
This
hold
is
up,
a vast open world
I'll
you
get it
explore
for
with your
Xbox.
friends. Each Javelin exosuit has its own unique playstyle.
I'd be curious to see what
The
it looks like on
Ranger
other
is
consoles.
balanced and all-purpose, while the Colossus is a tanking powerhouse.
All right. Let's see what's up here.
this looks fucking good.
Oh, cool.
The world of Anthem is hostile and
Get some
threats can
Avatar
come from
vibes.
any direction.
Just like, you know, all different creatures and whatnot. Very cool.
This around every corner.
Yeah, the animations work definitely went into this game.
Yep. Oh, nope, I suck. I'm not gonna shoot this guy.
Yeah.
I'll go low. You flank.
Oh, you can swim underwater too. That's
That-
cool.
oh,
Oh, that looks
man.
cool. Again, Avatar. Like, seriously.
Yeah. This isn't an Xbox exclusive. It's just
No.
shown off.
No, this is the world premiere. It's not Xbox exclusive. I
I
don't
didn't know
even
if
think
it
it's
was like a
timed
third-party
exclusive.
exclusive or something.
No,
like
it's not even timed exclusive.
that. Wow.
Almost there.
Looks awesome though.
Yeah,
This looks great.
this is really cool.
An interesting choice though. Still,
been
because
in there yet?
I can get this on PS4 Pro.
Right. So why?
Like,
they
why
use
would
this to
you not
close the
show up
show?
a game that's first-party exclusive that
Because they
looks
don't have
phenomenal
one.
on Xbox One X?
Because they don't have one.
Like, I'm sure this will look amazing on PS4 Pro too. It might not look quite this good. but
it will look good enough to where I won't know the fucking difference. Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I can count every fucking pixel.
Yeah,
between the two.
This looks phenomenal though.
Anyone, we're under attack. Anyone in the area.
The way the light's filtering through the trees kind of reminds me of Horizon. Looks great.
You can equip your Javelin exosuit with gear that brings devastating power to combat.
Alright, so there's a good amount of custom.
Oh, here we go. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right?
Or
Star Wars.
More popular, yeah.
A lot of scars.
Yeah, not even just the mech
Oh, the
thing
scars
there,
are
but
heavy.
the way those creatures are speaking sounds very Star Wars-esque. A lot of inspirations here. Very cool.
Give me some covering fire. There's a bunch more coming in.
You missed.
Okay, I'll get this
Twice.
Not gonna miss this time.
Dude, that Rick was just saying they finally nailed the Iron Man like animations for flight. Like this is very Iron Man looking.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
This looks far along.
Which
This is going good.
Like down to you can usually tell by like the UI, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. That's how you can tell how far a game is because those are like the final things that are done. This looks far
Large-scale
along.
world events like Shaper Storms are dynamic and pull you off the beaten path with the promise of new stories to discover.
Honestly, Lionhead, this is why they killed
Okay.
Andromeda.
Actually, let's get some more people.
I'm okay
Hold
with
on
it.
a sec.
Not Andromeda, just that they've said they've put a Mass Effect on a hiatus right now.
Right,
They're
that's
not working
too.
on another Mass Effect.
I wonder how many did he say? Did he say 4?
Right behind you.
4
Yeah,
players,
so
you mean? Yeah,
players,
4. Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that. Well, Rick, I know what game I'm getting.
I don't want to play with anybody, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, that's always going to be an issue for me too.
Yeah.
You guys
Storm is getting crazy.
So they'll have to talk to me about what it's like if you play by yourself.
Yeah.
Awesome weather effects.
Now, let's say it's really gonna suck if you play it by yourself. Will you not get it?
No, I won't.
Yeah, probably not. Because I'm definitely like there might be situations where I wouldn't mind playing with other people, but it's not going to be every time.
Right. Or even close to, yeah.
Yeah, first of all, I can't work that out.
2018 though, at least.
Yeah, wide range, but yeah, it looks pretty far along.
Yeah. It looks
That looks
like a great game.
I think it's it. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done. We're done, fellas. Okay, I don't know. I have to say I'm a little underwhelmed.
Alright, so they showed off some exclusives.
They showed a lot of games, which is great. A lot of games.
And I heard the word exclusive far more than I have in years past.
Yeah, a lot of console exclusives, a lot of timed exclusives, a little bit of confusion on that too, I would say. Like at the very beginning, they said console exclusivity, and a lot of people thought, oh, they're not doing every game coming to PC anymore. But then everything following that seemed to imply, no, we're still doing games. Everything's going to PC too.
Which I mean, and again, I'm sorry if you're against this. I don't understand that thought process. Yes, I get it. You want to have something special for owning a console, but to me, I just want to be able to enjoy it, and to me, getting an Xbox is cheaper than getting a PC.
Right.
That's why I would
I'm
get
not
one,
against
so-
it. It just seems like a dumbass move for them.
I guess.
Because now all those games that I want to play, like the indies and stuff, I don't have to get this console.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ori.
You're right.
I do not need to get an Xbox One X for Ori. I do not need to
Absolutely.
get it for that
But it's
awesome looking Blade Runner game.
You don't, but you're right. But it's cheaper to get one if that's what you want to play.
If you don't already have a PC that
But again,
does a great
people
job.
don't. Look
Yeah,
at
but
me.
there are a lot of people that do.
I want all of those games, and I do not have a PC.
Yeah,
so
dude,
that's
but
just a cheaper.
I think there's a lot more
entrance.
people with a computer, especially in this day of streaming and stuff.
That could very well be. But again, it does just because they have the PC doesn't mean they have the PC to run it. Yo, my MacBook can play a lot of these games, but I don't play any of them because I can't run it on it.
No, I get that. There's definitely an audience that needs to get this on Xbox. I'm just saying that they are definitely segregating.
Yeah.
They're going to be pushing a lot of people away from getting an Xbox in this way. All right, let's start from the beginning, I guess. And guys, we will go to Discord as well. We will open the door and we'll talk with you guys.
Did
in
you have a
little
list
bit.
of what game was like, how they were?
Well,
it was
I'm just
Forza.
going to try and... Well, they started off with Scorpio. We got about 10 minutes of software engineer talk, hardware engineer talk, and, little things that went over our heads and whatnot. But it was fine because it was 10 minutes. I felt like it moved pretty quickly. I feel like they should have gotten that $4.99 price out at the very beginning.
I think so, too.
Personally. especially because
Like, get ahead, like we said, get ahead of it.
For me, that
early.
gave me hope that it wouldn't be $4.99 because I felt like they were waiting to the end to be like, you guys thought it was going to be $4.99, it's $3.99, but they didn't do that.
Where's that?
Go to the main screen.
Yeah, they didn't touch VR too.
They didn't touch VR whatsoever. I called that. Yeah. You guys called the $4.99 price point. I called Xbox One X. I'm very surprised at the lack of first party. There was a huge lack of first party titles,
which concerns me, and it goes back to our statement months prior and for the last year. Mine, yours on the show. They don't have anything planned.
Yeah, but I thought...
Or they didn't have anything planned.
Based on what Phil's been saying lately, it felt like, yeah, that was the case, but it was only because we're rebuilding. We're getting together our first-party studios, and it took a while, but, like, the games are coming. I thought this was the year where we're going to be like, okay, we saw all the work that's gone on since Don Matrick left and Phil Spencer came in to try and right the ship, And what were the first-party games here? Ori,
Forza,
State of Decay, Forza,
Crackdown, and then everything else, and Sea of Thieves. And those were it, right?
I think there might be one more, but I'm missing.
I think those are the big ones.
That all said, we've seen the success with PSX.
Yeah,
they know it. They're not. We've already established Microsoft is not dumb in many ways, and they have to understand that could be a very smart way to put yourself out ahead and get yourself heard in a time where there's not a lot of chatter. So they don't need to do that yet. If by the end of year we hear nothing else from first party exclusives, yes, it's 100% time to be concerned that you're not going to get as much support from the Scorpio or the One X or Microsoft in general as what we're saying right now. I would have loved to see it right this second, but I'm not jumping ship and saying, nope, they have no idea what they're doing yet.
Can somebody tell me if Metro is exclusive to Xbox? Is it console? Is it timed? Is it what's going on there? Because they started the show with that. That looked really great. I would like to know if that was exclusive. Let's go to the first party stuff that they did show, being Ori, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, Forza, and there was one more, wasn't there?
Was that?
The 5
So I'm going to go
first
in
party
order.
exclusives they had.
So it was 5 first party exclusives was Ori, Forza, Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and
there's one more, wasn't there?
Yeah, we just said 5.
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with us?
Lost track because they're not that interesting.
Right? No, you're right.
State of Decay.
State of Decay.
Yeah, because
which I like.
So
State of Decay.
Uninteresting. I'm
sorry.
But
see, I like State of Decay. So that, like I said it in the chat that we have. State of Decay and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Actually, no, it's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds exclusive to Xbox console is huge. So it's nothing big to you guys.
Only time
maybe.
though.
Is it only time?
Yep.
Are we 100% certain?
Yep. It said launch
Literally,
exclusive.
like 85% of everything they said launch exclusive.
Yeah, almost nothing was full on exclusive. Everything was timed exclusive.
Believe me, dude. Nobody wanted them to like come
bigger,
out and crush it than me, but like it just didn't. And that's not to say it was bad. It was a good conference.
Yep.
They showed a ton of games and they showed a lot of really good looking games. It's just after like this kind of beat down they took this generation and like them seemingly on the rise of a comeback, this just was not what I think they really needed, and I don't think it's what a lot of people wanted.
Of their first party output, the only thing that interests me was Ori, I would probably say. And I can get that on PC.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it in here that interested me. Forza, I just don't like racing games. Metro, I actually never cared for that much. That
looked great, though.
I tried to play it a couple times, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. And it could just been the state I was in. Anyway, State of Decay I want. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds I want. Black Desert I've always thought was really cool. Dragon Ball.
Really want to get into an MMORPG with Black Desert?
That one, yes.
Okay.
I've looked into it. I've watched streams on it a few times. The Dragon Ball game I really like. Or
this guy. He knows.
Even Sea of Thieves. So Sea of Thieves sucks because last year when I saw it, everybody was down on it. I was the most positive, I feel like, out of all of us because I thought it was definitely something I was interested in. Man, this made it look so boring. And like
it was the same exact showing as last year, pretty much.
No, this one was far more drawn out. Last year was much more.
It was a puzzle quest. It was a buried treasure quest.
And I'm fine with that in gameplay. And if I was doing that with a group of friends that I was playing the game with, fine. But don't take up 10 minutes to go through this whole monotonous, drawn-out thing of something I don't give a fuck about. And I'm your audience, and I'm telling you, I don't care. Like
we were just saying that, like, for Rare to be focusing entirely on that game we just are like, oh man, why couldn't they be doing something that we would like more? But that's us, you know.
Not
That's
only
our
that,
personal
but that
feeling.
shows how much confidence, for whatever reason, Microsoft has in a game that really is very divided as far as support goes. There's some people that really are into it, myself.
I don't really
and there
see a
are
lot
other
of
people-
excitement for that
but there-
game.
Right, I said some. And then there's a far more vocal majority that are just like, I don't care. Move on.
Yeah.
And that was a long part of their conference that they could have focused on.
There was a
something
few
else.
things that went on too long for sure. Yeah,
Look
definitely.
at Ori. Ori probably has a bigger following than Sea and Thieves would, and even that was shorter, and it was short but sweet. And
That
it
was just a
roughly to the
trailer,
point.
yeah.
I need.
Who
that's
knows
what I
when the
need.
game's coming out?
No, that's not coming anytime soon.
Yeah, for sure. I looked online too. Game Informer had an article up about it. Nothing about release or anything. There's a lot of cool stuff. Xbox, their best stuff, in my opinion, was the indies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hands down, and that's coming from me.
I know.
That's not things that I say, but like that is the fact.
So, I mean,
they look super charming.
The indies looked awesome.
No one cares.
The one
too
with the
much
music
about.
and the guitar guy,
Yeah,
that was
man.
fucking awesome.
Was that the one in
something?
Japan, or what looked like a weird?
I don't think
pixel
so.
Japan?
I think that was the Blade Runner looking one.
Yeah,
there was
that's
another
the good
one where the music was like a huge part, and he was like jumping and platforming in sync. And he had this like guitar he was using.
Oh, it was
fucking
almost very
awesome
goofy
looking.
style facial animation,
Yeah.
right? I didn't see that because I was
Really
getting off
cool.
at it.
Ori looks like it's gonna be more awesome. Ori
Artful escape. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, and then the third party stuff. Assassin's Creed looks fucking awesome. Anthem looks.
I didn't see
really
how
awesome.
did that look? Like, did
Assassin's
they
Creed
show
looks awesome.
anything
Yeah.
for it? I heard that there's gonna be RPG elements.
Yeah,
I
they
saw
showed-
that. I read that in the live blog.
They showed like a whole little gameplay
Okay.
thing. You
Does
check
it,
it out.
is
It's really
it
cool.
very RPG centric, kind of like what I'm hoping it is, or like 'cause Assassin's Creed was to me more about just climbing, running around.
I got some
fucking
Horizon
around.
vibes personally.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
because
there's
Horizon.
like loot.
Remember because I got to the
upgrading
what was
your
those,
gear.
what were those dungeons called in Horizon? I can't remember.
The vaults.
The vaults. I got to them, but I think before any of you guys did, and I was like, "Yo, wait till you get here." It's basically what I wanted out of Assassin's Creed, but better. And I felt like that's exactly what
This
it was.
was cool. He's very fast, which is really neat. There was loot. There was an upgrade system. There are there's like a whole bunch of statistics to each piece of like equipment that you have. So like all of your damage, defense statistics, there's all that stuff.
Similar to how they've done recently.
Yeah, and there was but it was like on the level of like Injustice type gear. Like you see the actual stats, like your green arrows. This one's stronger than the piece of gear you have. Like
Okay.
it looked like there was some real heavy RPG elements. They have like the eagle that's kind of from Far Cry that you can send ahead to scout for you and mark enemies and things like that.
So they're actually incorporating the
Yeah.
birds, which they've really focused on. That was never really anything more than just a cool thing that happened when you jump from a high point.
You have to check it out, dude.
All right, I'll
I
have to look
think
at
you
it
really like
later.
what you saw.
Well, we're gonna get a
I'm
bigger
sure
look
we'll.
at that at Ubisoft for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Again, though, I don't want to be down, but I didn't feel like it looked any better than what I'm used to seeing from Assassin's Creed.
Like
Graphically,
visually, yeah. No, I would agree with that.
it looked about the same.
Yeah.
Even on Xbox One X, enabled, enhanced, whatever you want to call it, it looked like Assassin's Creed. Didn't look any better or worse.
I would agree.
So we have Forza.
What would you
We've
rate the
established-
conference? Let's just do that
Yeah,
real
okay.
quick. Out of 10, since we're gonna be doing that with all the ones we gave EA a 5 yesterday.
Which I never watched. I didn't bother. You guys told me
Yeah.
it wasn't worth it.
I would probably give this a 7. Is that too low?
No, I think
I was
7's
gonna say
accurate from what I saw.
I was gonna say like 7.5.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 7.
Because it definitely wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. It
We've
definitely was
seen
not.
far worse, and actually, what's sad is this is far better than some of their conferences have been in years past.
I mean, the media, when I'm reading, it was like really impressed by the conference.
Okay.
So this might be a case by case basis
Yeah.
of like who wants what and from them. I would go 7.5 though.
the only reason I would actually possibly up it is I felt a lot more diversity with Xbox than in years past.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
You know, there was almost no shooters.
Mhm.
You know, at
Yeah.
all. And it was not very
It's
like
because they all
we
look
are
the same.
angry, gritty, Dorito eating gamers.
They
you know,
all
nothing
fucking
of
jumped
that.
ship on them,
like
dude.
even when they got Sunset Overdrive, even that was like, look at us, we drink a lot of sports drinks. Like everything they've done has either been that like really angsty, like I'm gonna shoot everybody type vibe, or that we're fun and this is how we snack because we're funny and goofy.
Yeah.
But this was definitely like, no, listen, we know that you're our core gamers and we need to cater to you again.
Crackdown looked really cool.
Crackdown is.
I just
absolutely what I
thought
want.
that this was going to be them being like, okay, like this is why you must get this concept.
No, absolutely.
After touting all the power and graphical fidelity and stuff, and that's
I thought
not
they
really
would
what
come out
happened.
swinging.
Yeah.
It didn't quite feel like that for me.
Especially after last year when we saw how successful Sony was with just, hi, we're here, enjoy all of these, and then walks off stage and just game. That's what they needed to do. They needed, or whatever, however they wanted to do it for Xbox, and they did it in a similar way, like exclusive. But like you guys said, there was nothing really special. Nothing in here said, I need to get an Xbox One X.
Right.
Everything in here was like, I could get an Xbox One X because it looks pretty cool. But nothing in there said, I need to have this because otherwise I'm not going to get whatever it is.
Or even, honestly, a 1S, or even a 1 if you have a PC. Like,
yeah.
They didn't really entice anyone into buying that system who might own a computer.
Well, we can only speak to ourselves,
and
right?
Life of PlayStation, I would not say at all it tanked. It did not tank at any point. It
No,
definitely
I don't
dropped
think it tanked
in
at all.
intensity. It definitely dropped in,
I wouldn't even say it was okay. I think it was good.
Yeah, it was
just
definitely
not
good.
what
The
they
middle
needed.
was a little muddled and just uninteresting for me, and I was waiting for that big moment, and it never came because we knew Anthem was going to close it. Or not close it, but we knew Anthem was coming. And the further and further got into the show, we're like, wow, is Anthem going to close this? Yeah, it seems like Anthem is going to close this. The only real showstopper moment for me at the end was Ori. I'm really happy that they announced another Ori, but I can't believe they closed on Anthem.
Right, exactly.
That's like that one year when Sony closed on that God, what was it? It's kind of like Overwatch, or not Overwatch necessarily, but it was the third-person shooter.
Battleborn?
No. Do you guys remember that? It might have been PSX, but either way, it was like, really? That's what you're going to close on?
Oh, you're talking about Paragon, right?
Paragon.
Yeah, that was PSX.
It reminded me of that. It reminded me when they closed on Paragon. It's like, really? You're not even going to close on a first-party title?
Well, even that, though, that was still, that was a big focus for Sony more than anybody else.
And that one is exclusive, I want to say.
Yeah,
it is exclusive to Sony.
So
So at least it's exclusive.
So I 100% agree with you that they definitely needed to close it with something that was far more like, look at us, we're Xbox, this is why you love
100%
Xbox.
exclusive.
And they didn't. But that, I think, is also showing of the state of the company and what we need to see more confidence in, is that you can play games on our system, but you can play them everywhere else. And he even brought that up in the conference, like, Xbox is one of those places that you should be able to play all the games that you love from third party. Like, they're really, I feel like they're even afraid of people forgetting that you can play all the other games, and they are. I feel like the penetration of people playing, let's say, even Call of Duty or something like that on Xbox versus, PlayStation. I don't know what the numbers are, but any third-party game on an Xbox over the PlayStation has definitely dwindled from, previous generations.
Yeah.
And they're worried about that, so they had to drive that home. They had to show that they have confidence.
You know what
in it
concerns me a little bit? Because they weren't at this conference, I feel like PlayStation's going to get both a Call of Duty demonstration and a Destiny demonstration.
Oh,
and
they
I kind
are.
of don't want that.
Yeah, but they are.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get it. Yeah, I thought maybe Microsoft would do one of their demonstrations here, maybe Call of Duty, but now both of those being at PlayStation,
I don't think
that's
that
going to be a
PlayStation's
waste
going
of
to have a
time
big
for
thing
me.
for Call of Duty because it's both by
I don't know,
Activision.
yeah.
I think it's going to be probably Call of Duty, as an Activision title. You're going to see a trailer or more gameplay or something like that. They'll talk for maybe a minute on Call of Duty and then say, come see us on the floor. But now, and then they'll go into the other stuff because
You'll see a lot of
Destiny's
Call
gonna
of
be
Duty
big.
all week.
Yeah.
Crimson says, speaking of Anthem, what were your opinions on it? My connection dropped, so I missed the majority of it. We thought it looked beautiful.
As of right this
Yeah.
second, there's nothing in there showing me why I wouldn't get that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous, but for me, I'm like, why would I ever get an Xbox One X for this? I can play it on PS4 Pro. Why are you using this game to close your conference and push Xbox One X?
But that said, like I was saying before, they should have, and this is, understandably we're looking at it from the outside in, to us they should have really focused on why you need to have an Xbox. They very well could have their own conference later this year.
Yeah, they could.
With the Scorpio coming
Xbox
out, it would make
Experience,
a lot of sense having their own to show off the Scorpio. Hey, don't forget, this is coming out next week, and this is why you're getting all these games for it.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't, then I just think there's a bit of a problem. It was
Right, like I said, that's when we
Not that
panic.
we want to always compare to PlayStation, but let's look at last year. Last year, E3, PlayStation had one of the most amazing conferences ever, so much so that we're like, they can't do anything at Experience that would be amazing, right? Oh, wait, they announced The Last of Us freaking 2.
Right.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I forgot how great
There's no
that day
reason
was.
that Xbox shouldn't have enough content to be able to
do
do an
both.
amazing E3
Yeah.
show and their own dedicated
There just
experience
aren't
at the end of the
enough.
year.
But like you said, maybe they're rebuilding, and Sony's had this problem too. Sony didn't have that in the PlayStation 3 era, and they still had lackluster conferences in E3.
Yeah, they did occasionally.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And this, I think, is the version of it we're getting from Microsoft. So you can't be that judgmental. I mean, we can, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not fair to be that judgmental when everybody else has had missteps, and I think they're trying to rebuild and rebrand, and I think they're doing it in a smart way. Getting that, even if it's timed exclusive or whatever, that's not a bad move. If you don't have any content in in-house to support yourself, get that timed exclusive, get those third-party exclusives to really show why you're a phenomenal company to play with.
Yeah, they should have timed exclusives. If they don't have exclusive, then third-party support is great.
Right.
But that brings the question of, what the fuck have they
Are
been
your
doing?
studios doing?
Like,
Right.
what the fuck are you doing?
And that's the thing is, and
where
that's
are your games? Where are your games?
Exactly. And like I said,
there's
if they
no
don't have
true
the-
first-party games outside of what
Sea of
Forza,
Thieves. The five that we
Ori,
talked
and Sea of
about, yeah.
Thieves. Yeah, it's like I don't understand, and like that's crazy, and it looks so bad, especially not only because these are just launch exclusives, but now Sony doesn't have to talk about these at all. They
Right.
just be like, look at all of our games.
Thanks, Xbox.
Yeah, 'cause you already
You
know
can play all
the
those
chat's
ones on
coming.
our system,
Yeah.
and you get all these special ones that you can't.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It just
And I
wasn't
agree.
enough.
Like I said, I'm not terrified about their position currently, but I will be if by the end of the year, by the end of fiscal 2017, we don't see a reason why you should have an Xbox. If it is,
Yeah, and when you're
there,
launching
then you're
new
done.
hardware, it's
Yeah.
like, damn, like, come on, like that was it for a new console launch.
One of my predictions that I thought of afterwards, in the last couple of days since we gave them last week, were with Bethesda's love connection that they seem to have with Microsoft. What's to stop them from showing off something tonight that's, hey, by the way, on Xbox One X exclusive? Something like that, where they show off a game.
I don't see Bethesda getting that on their show exclusively. If it's 100% Xbox exclusive, it will be at Xbox show. That's why yesterday when EA announced Anthem to be premiered at Xbox conference, I was like, "There's no way this is exclusive." Because if it was exclusive, it would be at Microsoft's conference.
That's not. But you gotta remember, that's not a company. Like I said, Bethesda has this huge connection with Microsoft where they give them so much.
They
more
did
attention.
until PlayStation killed everything this generation.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Even,
they go
even
to
this
where the
generation,
money
they
is.
were freaking Todd Howard was on his.
Yeah, but
on
when
the
they're selling this
conference last
console,
time,
what do they have to gain by not announcing, like, hey, pay attention to this fucking box because this Bethesda game's gonna be exclusive?
You're right. I'm remaining optimistic,
Yeah, I
and I
getcha.
get it. But
Yeah.
for some reason, there's something in me that says that you're going to see something tonight that's going to be available on PC and Xbox from Bethesda that you weren't expecting
First.
before. Or what if it, like
everything else.
even something as unexciting as Quake. The Quake remake and everything like that. I don't care what it is. I am going to bank on you're going to see something like that tonight.
Something you're going to say you're going to bank on something at Bethesda being exclusive to Xbox and PC. I said there's no fucking chance.
Yeah,
That's fine.
maybe there's a
I'll be
time
crazy,
thing, but I think even that's unlikely personally.
Yeah, even
one
if
thing
it's
I wanted
time,
to bring
I don't
up, and I see the chat kind of saying a few things. Zero Japanese support whatsoever. Nothing that would appeal to Japanese people at the
Oh, right. I was going to say it was like Square Enix, but yeah, you're right.
Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing.
White girl problems.
Nothing
White
that
girl
a Japanese-centric gamer, like Hids, for instance, Hids, who thinks Japanese games are the best, this conference did
Nothing for
zip
him.
for
Yeah.
him.
The only
Not one
developer
thing that speaks to Japanese guys.
just pitched a game about white girl problems. The video game. That's literally it.
Do you guys need anything? Because I want to take a bathroom break. Do we all want to take a quick break and then go to Discord?
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay,
great.
guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to open up the Discord lines. You guys will individually be able to come on, and we might even open the door to allow. All right, we'll wait for Dean to get back before we get into Discord. What did everybody think, though, in the chat? Let me know, of course. And what are you looking forward to with Bethesda tonight? What are you hoping to get? I see Wolfenstein 2, Evil Within 2. I think those are very likely candidates. For sure. I want a baby, says Joe. Make a baby with me. Oh, man. What do I see here? Drew drinking water, best part of the show. When did I drink water?
What the fuck was that about?
I never drank water, man. It's
Yes,
Pepsi,
man.
of course. Pepsi's the way to go.
Gatorade.
I hope Elder Scrolls, says Brad. That would be cool to close off with a little bit of Elder Scrolls stuff. But I think, as we said, maybe a little splash screen and nothing else, just a title screen.
So when I saw that they were doing, they showed off State of Decay 2, and
Yeah.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds was console exclusive for a little while at the very least.
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck yes, that's what I need to see," because that's just so weird to me. I'm super happy for you, man, but I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard really great things about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, but yeah, that's about it.
I really want to get into that really badly. Like that's definitely down my alley. But even State of Decay, I really liked. But I think it's because of what I was talking about with Fortnite the other night too.
Yeah, Fortnite looks pretty cool.
I'm really into that. Like Rick's just like and I thought he would be really into it too, and I thought Johnny would too. which I think he is, but I'm not really.
Ryan60, who is an Xbox guy, said it wasn't good letting Lionhead go. It looks bad now. What did you think of the conference overall? Being
Thank
an
you.
Xbox guy, Ryan60, what did you think of the conference overall? Very curious. Not going to close with Elder Scrolls, says Matty F. and Matt. I don't think so either. I think that's next year for them. I think they're going to focus on Quake, Wolfenstein, Evil Within this year.
Yeah.
And probably that's it.
That could be. And I think that would be a little bit disappointing to the majority of fans.
Maybe
I
so.
think their biggest fan base is Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I would venture to say that that's their biggest following. Would you say that was safe, Dean?
What?
Elder Scrolls and Fallout is Bethesda's biggest following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I feel like that's fair. So to not have either of those to show tonight, it's going to be kind of weak.
Yeah, potentially.
Can't have amazing games every single year, you know?
I get that. Listen,
like the ones that appeal to every single person.
Lackluster year here and there. But that's why I said, and notice I didn't say anything besides for Elder Scrolls, you're just going to see a title.
Yeah.
And that is
I think that's
possible.
possible.
Listen, I don't care if the game is 3 years out. If you have a working title, people are going to lose their goddamn minds because it's Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. No,
So
I don't disagree with that.
Not to show it off, because otherwise you are going to, I feel like, have a lackluster conference.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do. You're right. I think it might be weird without those, but people like Wolfenstein.
I like Wolfenstein. I think it's great. I think all those titles are great, but there's nothing in their lineup unless it's a brand new IP that's going to make people lose their minds as well. Like if they had some other form,
maybe
of
they
RPG,
will have a new IP. That'd be
right? If they
cool.
have a brand new IP that is RPG centric in the same way, but Bethesda has a following for RPGs. Dishonored, fine, great game, reviewed very well. Very fun to play. Cool. Wolfenstein, great game. Reviewed very well. Very fun to play. But you do not see people saying, man, I love Bethesda because Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
That is not a phrase that you ever hear in your life.
Right.
No, not really. Okay, guys, we are going to go to Discord. Kelly, can you hear me right now?
I can't hear you.
Oh,
I'm just not
there
in
she
the
is.
screen. I'm struggling a little bit.
No, you're fine. Are you within Discord and able to work things?
Yes, I can.
Okay, is there anybody in the queue?
Matty F and Matt is.
Matty F and Matt is in the queue. Anybody who wants to join us for post-show discussion, just get into the Xbox queue, and you will be next in line to chat with us. You can bring Matty in, Kelly, if you can. Matty F and Matt, can you hear me? Matty!
Matthew?
Hello.
There he is.
Hey.
Hey, Matty, how you doing, man?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
Doing great, man. We're having a good time here. What did you think of the conference?
I mean, they got the games out that they needed to. I mean, to show that they had something new. I'd give it a 6.57 out of 10.
Okay, so you're kind of sighing and all this. I can hear you sighing.
Are you an Xbox guy?
I have an Xbox One. It's currently gathering dust on my console here under my PlayStation.
Understandable.
Okay, so this wasn't like a turnaround moment for Xbox for you then?
No, I had a point that I had to make, and I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking that what's happening with their games, they got to have games which are compatible with Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X now, and PC. It's kind of diluting. It might be diluting the pool a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've said that for a while now. That it's like they're in a sense destroying the Xbox name by spreading it around so much.
You know how we were in that kind of interim where we were still getting PS3 games, we were getting PS4 games that were being made for both consoles, and it kind of looked, it wasn't taking full advantage of the next generation. That's kind of what might be happening there.
Did any of the games scream next gen or even iterative to you? Like you could tell the difference. Like this is the next step.
Metro looked great.
Metro did look great. Yeah, I think Metro and Anthem are the two games that really were like, okay, yeah, this might look better than anything I can see on PS4 Pro. But we don't really know that yet. That's the thing, is we have to see what Metro looks like on PS4 Pro. We have to see what Anthem looks like on PS4 Pro. I personally wouldn't be surprised if you can't really tell the difference. I mean, do you guys disagree with that?
No, I can get it. And what sucks about it is it doesn't have the tech, specs to be far better.
Right.
But
it has the specs to look really phenomenal. Like 12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and what else did it have in there? Even the bandwidth was 326.
328 gigs.
328. Like, it has really high speeds. Like
6 teraflops? Is that
6 teraflops in comparison to 4.2 teraflops with the PS4 Pro. So it has what's there to look better. I just wonder if it's going to, because the checkerboard upscaling is pretty effective with the PS4 Pro, and that's what they're doing to allow people to push the graphics on that console. This one's going true native with Xbox One X, and maybe that's where the balance is coming. So unless you can really tell the difference between 4K native and checkerboard upscaled 4K, it might not be that big a deal to you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to game design, the thing is, it's not like you're clicking and dragging files into another folder, and all of a sudden it's there. It's where it needs to be. You need to take what you've already created. You need to recreate files. You need to.
But that's the problem,
them.
right, Maddie? Is that ever going to happen? Considering that every game that is playable on Xbox One X has to also be playable on Xbox One S and Xbox One.
That is a problem. I think that's a problem, and it's if you keep pumping out these consoles with more power, and the games are all compatible with every other system, it's going to be an issue.
Now, for you, Maddie, remember at the start of the show they kind of said console exclusivity is back. Have we gotten any confirmation anywhere yet that there is true console exclusivity on these things yet, or is everything coming to PC? And I assume that you don't really like that, right, Maddie?
Okay, so console exclusivity, what that means is it's out for PC, it's out for Xbox, it's not out.
Not coming to PS4.
It's exclusive to the Xbox console. But
yeah, that's what I thought too, and they've done that same verbiage with PS4 and their conferences in the past. But the way that Phil Spencer said it at the beginning, it felt like they were making a big deal, like
and
console exclusivity.
Not everything said on Windows 10 and Xbox One.
Yeah. Right, that's what's really confusing.
As well.
There was launch console exclusive, there was Windows 10 and Xbox One, there was console exclusivity.
Right.
It was all over the place as far as messaging goes when it comes to exclusivity, and we're very confused here on that. So I don't know yet if there's certain number of games in that conference that you can only play on Xbox One, and if that's the case, I personally think that would be a smart move. They need to take back some of those games. Like, don't put everything on PC. Make some things exclusive to Xbox.
Cuphead was really cool.
Those banners at the beginning of every trailer were pissing me off, dude.
What was pissing you off, Maddie?
The banners at the beginning of every trailer, console exclusive, launch console exclusive.
Right.
Timed exclusive. This, that,
that's because they can never just come out and flat say, this is exclusive, because they don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem, is like the only ones that they truly have exclusive, and again, they're going to go to PC as well, are the first-party ones, and those are Sea of Thieves, Forza, Crackdown, Ori, and State of Decay. I think that's all of them. I think those are the 5 from the conference.
Now, I will say, I think that launch console exclusive means that it's going to be on Xbox One X first for so much time, and then everything else after.
Yeah, that sounds like a timed exclusive. This is their first year doing that, because I think they got so many complaints in years past, like Rise of the Tomb Raider acting like it was a full-on exclusive, and then finding out later it was a year or 6 months.
But I do things like Battlegrounds and everything like that. I think that's Xbox. Like console.
I don't think that said
PC.
I don't think that said.
I thought it said console exclusive.
I want to say that said launch exclusive, but I could be wrong.
If you're wrong, then you're wrong. I thought it was, but things like that. But that even still, I think that's actually okay, because again, you're talking to the it's coming from the person that doesn't care if it's on Xbox or if it's PC, because that's never mattered to me at all either way.
Right.
It never has ever my entire life. I don't get why it does to most people, but besides that, if it's console exclusive on Xbox and still on PC, congrats. That's to me still a console exclusive, and that is an Xbox exclusive.
Right.
To me that counts, and so therefore I think they do have a little bit more of a one up than some of the credit that they're being given.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next guy, Maddie, is there anything else you want to say about Bethesda tonight, for instance?
Man. I mean, I love Wolfenstein 1. I mean,
okay.
It was a good game. I don't think we're going to see another Doom.
You don't think we're going to see more Wolfenstein tonight?
I think we're going to see Wolfenstein. I don't think we're going to see
Doom.
Gameplay.
Oh, you don't think we're going to see gameplay? Okay.
I don't think we're going to see any Doom whatsoever.
No, Doom.
Doom. I see. Gotcha. No, I agree.
What do you think is their big game tonight? What's Bethesda's showstopper?
Man, let's see here. They'll probably open with Quake. They'll probably
that makes sense.
You see, it's probably going to be Evil Within 2 or Wolfenstein. One of the two.
Yeah. I think they're going to be very similar to last year, where it's just like 3 or 4 games and that's it. And they spend like 20 minutes on each one. It's a little bit of a bizarre pacing. Bethesda doesn't have that much to show off, so they have to kind of drag it out.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get the same thing as we did last year, but hopefully the games they show off look great. Maddie, thanks for joining us, man. I think we might have lost it. Kelly, could you move in? I think Brad's next on the list.
Thanks, man.
Oh, see you, Maddie. Thanks for joining us, man.
Later.
Brad, can you hear us?
Hello there.
Hey, wow, what
That
a voice I haven't heard in such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while. How you doing, man?
I am doing pretty damn good.
So what you think, man? What you think of the conference? What would you rate it? And what are you thinking for Bethesda tonight?
It was an okay conference. I did want to buy an Xbox, but I don't think I want to buy it just yet. There's a few games I liked. Like I love Metro. Looks great on Xbox.
Oh yeah, it does.
Fantastic. I got scared the crap up when that rap came out. I was scared. But other than that, I don't really see a point in getting one just yet, because I'm like, not my thing at the minute.
I think we're all in a very similar boat, actually. Do you have an Xbox currently?
I only have a 360 still, because I have the money. I just don't see the point just yet, because all the games on Xbox will eventually come to PS4, or mostly. And I have them on PS4.
What I'm curious about, so you're somebody that doesn't have an Xbox at all. What I'm curious about are the people that have an Xbox and would consider upgrading. Because they are going to be able to sell their Xbox OG. They might even have a trade-in program, although I would imagine they would have brought that up during this conference if that was the case. I'm kind of surprised they didn't bring up. Because remember they said last year that they were going to have a trade-in program.
Again, they could have their own conference.
Yeah, so they could have their own conference, but when are they going to do that? There's not that much time, November.
Yeah, November. You can do it in October.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they just have a Scorpio conference.
Right.
Just a Scorpio thing.
That's going to be like their new thing every year.
Yeah, maybe that could be the case. You are the only one here that has an Xbox. What would you have to get for your OG Xbox for you to trade it in and upgrade to Scorpio?
Like minimum.
I don't know, nothing.
Really? There's nothing that could do it for you?
No.
Even if they gave you $300.
They would have to tell me I can't play this on my PC.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not even trying to be a dick.
No, I got you, man.
They would have to say like these games are only available on the console. We're not at a point yet where a UHD player would really benefit me that much, especially because I don't even have a 4K TV yet. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Not even a thought in my head, honestly.
Real quick to the chat, I'll get back to you in a second, Brad. I just want to respond to this question. Gerzon Bear said, are you guys going to stream while you wait for the next conference? Is it like midnight? We will be here for the next 45 minutes. Then we were taking a dinner break and also a moment to upload some of our reactions from Microsoft. We'll be back at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for a condensed version of the Level Up show, which will then lead right into Bethesda's conference. And that will be the closer for tonight.
To close off the trade-in.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Go ahead.
I actually do agree with Dustin on something for once.
Oh,
I think $200, right?
What a surprise!
I think $200 is smart. If unfeasible, I think that's what they would have to do for most people. I understand Dean's stance completely.
Yeah.
But if I were still an Xbox owner to go up, I probably would have to be in the same boat because there was nothing really I was showed of why I need to have.
If I was in the market, I mean, I guess like $200
minimum
would be a great trade-in. But I don't know, if I'm going to spend $300, I would spend it on a Switch instead. You know?
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem: is if it was $200 for a $400 PS4 Pro. Not too bad, I guess, but this is a $500 Xbox One X, so even if you get $200, you're still putting out $300.
That's the thing, and that's not to say the Switch is better or worse. It's just to say if I already have and if I already have an Xbox One or a PC, and I can play those games somewhere, why not just get a new console with a whole new library of games for that money?
Brad, you have a PS4, right?
Oh yes.
Do you have a Pro?
I was tempted to buy a Pro.
So now here's the question then. Would you be more likely to upgrade to a Pro or buy a brand new Xbox One X?
I'd probably upgrade to a Pro, to be honest, because I'm like, It was a good conference. I'll give them that. But I mean, it's just not. I prefer the PS4 to be honest.
It's just not speaking to you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I've always loved Sony. I just think they're amazing. Just Microsoft, I'm like, I'm not so sure about them.
Okay.
This is.
They didn't convince you, which was their job today. Their job was to convince you, and they didn't convince you.
I was hoping they would convince me because I have the money to buy an Xbox One now, but they just didn't convince me to buy one. So I'm like,
Okay.
What do you guys think of the chances that they do the $50 price drop, as already mentioned in there? Because it's something I've been toying in my mind. I'm sure you guys have thought about it too at some point.
$50 price drop
on the Pro.
On the Pro, I think it's very likely.
You think so?
Yeah, just because I think that the price drop, the temporary one on the Slim, will become permanent.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll become immediately permanent, but I do think in the very short future it will become permanent, and I think at that point you will see the Pro drop as well. $50.
I think the Slim price drop they're going to announce tomorrow night is permanent.
You
I don't
think so?
know about the Pro, but I think the Slim will be announced as a price drop.
Because I thought about that. I was like, yo, if they really want to nail it home, all they have to do is drop $50 off. They already are winning this. They're not going to. I mean, they're going to take a loss. Don't get me wrong. And $50 is $50, but that's going to be, I feel like, far more worth it for them than not.
Brad, to close off with you, man. What are you most looking for tonight for Bethesda?
Has to be Evil Within 2. If they
Nice.
should, because I love the Evil Within, the first one, and I'm just hoping for a second one.
Well, we already got confirmation that they're doing
Not
it.
confirmation, but it's heavily rumored.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost a given at this point that it's going to be there. So yeah, I think you're going to be excited about that, Brad.
Yes, and one thing I hope when they close it off, I doubt they do it though, is either give us a sneak peek, like a tiny peek at Elder Scrolls, or a tiny peek at a new Fallout game, maybe. Like
I'd say Elder Scrolls is more likely than Fallout.
I actually think Fallout, believe it or not, might be
DLC.
more likely. Not DLC, but like I said, that New Vegas style version.
I feel like wouldn't they want to do an Elder Scrolls between, you know?
I think so. The Fallout was so recent.
Yeah.
But so was Fallout 3 before they did New Vegas.
I mean, Elder Scrolls Skyrim has been how long?
It's been a while, yeah.
It's
5
time.
years?
I think that's insane.
Yeah, it just feels like timing wise, I feel like
To at
Elder
least
Scrolls
get
is
it
the way to
out
go.
there.
Well, that's why I was saying we're going to see a title. I think we're going to see.
I think so too. That
would be cool. I would like to at least have them acknowledge the
I just want to know what it's
existence.
called. I want to know, like we got the dragon emblem from before from
Yeah, they
Skyrim
literally
and everything.
animated a big logo reveal.
And
Yeah.
everybody lost their damn minds,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I will too. If we get that title with an
Just
emblem,
knowing the
I'll be like,
name allows people to speculate on like what is the vibe of this game,
Yep.
and that's a good way.
Because
way
there's
to start,
always
yeah.
lore that leads you to the next game. There was always lore in the games and everything like that. So
Yeah,
I can definitely
might happen. Brad, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you guys for having me, and it's great to be back.
Thank you for coming back, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for supporting us recently too. Very, very appreciate that.
I'll keep doing it from now on because now I actually have a okay job, so I mean I'll probably do it more often now.
Congrats,
You're a good
man.
man.
You're a good man. All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
See ya, guys.
See ya.
See you, man.
See you, bud. Oh man, Fallout New York would actually be really cool to go with the new vibe.
Yeah.
Or even weirder, New Jersey.
Not enough fiction takes place in New York.
No.
Yeah, right?
I've always said that.
No, not at all.
Kelly, will you bring in Tempest for us, please? Tempest Moriendi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How you
Hey,
doing,
man.
Drew and guys?
Welcome to the
Go on,
show. It's
bud.
very nice to talk with you. You are a big VR guy. Were you disappointed that there was no acknowledgement whatsoever at this conference?
I could personally, I'm not very happy with Microsoft right now, anyway. So
No, why
Okay.
not?
why? I didn't really like what they showed. I kind of agree with what you guys been saying about the whole thing, and and for me, it's like 600. Like it will be about $650 Canadian.
Right.
So it makes it really overpriced. So
What would you need to see in order for them to justify this price point? You still there, Tempest?
yeah, I keep cutting out in and out. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I was asking you if there was anything that could have convinced you of this $650 price point where you felt it was justified.
To be honest with you, no. I'll be really honest, no. There's nothing right now I can even think of
Is that just because you're not really ingrained in the Xbox ecosystem? You're more part of PlayStation?
No. I am. I still have my Xbox Live account. Unfortunately, my son took it. He has an Xbox One, so it's not that. I just don't play it, to be honest with you. The only game I was playing was Sunset Overdrive, and I'm hearing.
Yeah, there's always a possibility Sunset could come to PS4 because that is an IP owned by Insomniac. It was published by Microsoft, so I don't know how that would work out.
Dude.
But
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'm glad you saw what I just did. Yeah.
What did I miss?
No, I don't know what you saw. I'm saying Sunset on PS4.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
What are you talking about, Mike?
I'm Fallout London.
Fallout London.
Brad had a good idea.
London
we didn't
has
get anything
fallen?
overseas from that.
Oh, I don't personally give a shit about
Fallout on London.
Thank you. There
you
we go.
That's two people.
And he just said he's pissed off at Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Imagine if that was on a Microsoft thing.
Exclusive, yeah. Well, what about tonight then? Tempest, are you looking forward to Bethesda?
Yeah, actually, I am. What they're going to show, I don't know. Like, I think not a VR part of it for Fallout for the PC. Hopefully, maybe they might announce it for PS4 for their VR unit. I used to play Quake in the day, and Quake looks interesting, and I don't know. I'm going to watch. It's going to be really late for me tonight, but oh well.
Yeah. I thought it started at 10 because didn't it start at 10 last year?
I think so.
It was 10 p.m. last year, and this year it's midnight.
It was 10 or 11. I can't remember. Yeah.
I'm almost positive it was 10. I was like, oh, come on, really? Like, I get it. Like, that's 9 p.m. on the West Coast.
Why would you do? I feel like that's a really poor choice.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Even if it is on the West Coast, 9 p.m. is pretty fucking late. These guys want to go out and party.
Microsoft at 5 p.m. Why do you got to go at midnight?
Right.
It's late. It's really bizarre. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, we'll be there. We're going to react to Bethesda because we have to. So
because we have
it's our job. But yeah, I mean, as we've already discussed, if they could close with Elder Scrolls, but even just not Fallout, Evil Within, Wolfenstein, and Quake are all things that would be interesting to see. So yeah, we'll have to wait and find out what Bethesda does. Tempest, thanks for joining us, man.
No problem.
All right, take care, man. Level up.
See you, dude.
Yeah, level up.
All right, Kelly, why don't we talk with you a little bit?
Sure.
Sure.
You seem to be pretty happy with some of Microsoft's stuff from what I could see from the chat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty easy to please, so I mean, I really don't have standards. Most of the games, except for Life is Strange, excited me. I'm really excited for Ori. I was like tearing up just thinking about Ori. I love it so much.
Yeah, that did it for me too. I think the moment I saw that guy and I saw his name, Gareth Coker, I was like, that I think is the Ori composer. And then I started feeling the butterflies. Like, yeah.
Were they playing a piano like live? That wasn't.
They were.
Oh, just that touch. I just love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little surprised they don't just go with the full live orchestra at this point because that did so well for Sony last year.
Yeah, but they got them against the ropes now. Like, what can they do? They can't do any of the cool shit without people being like, "Oh, you just got me so."
Yeah, I know. It's
it
true.
Sucks.
It's true
for them.
Gotta be forward thinking, I guess. But yeah, what was the best of conference for you then, Kelly? Was it Ori?
Yeah, it might have been. And to be honest, I was like half paying attention because I was playing Overwatch. I'm really excited for the Assassin's Creed. I haven't been excited about Assassin's Creed since like the third game, because Assassin's Creed 2 had 3 parts to it. And so I think about part 3 and the first part of 3, I got kind of bored. I was like,
you and me are in the same boat. Like I did not like the third part. What was that one called? Revelations. Thank you.
Yeah,
I did not like that. And 3, that 3 was the first one I didn't finish.
3 positioned itself to
I couldn't get into it,
so
and then
good,
Black Flag came out. I've heard amazing things about Black Flag, but
Black Flag was good.
Black Flag was awesome.
It was so ruined for me that I was like, I can't even justify.
Well, by the time I got to what was it, Unity? I think was the French one,
yeah.
Which, because I like Black Flag a lot, Unity was to me, especially with all the bugs. Like, and there's something it just didn't grab.
You're not alone there. I heard Syndicate was the step in the right direction.
Syndicate was good.
Liked, right? Yeah. And I wanted to try to get into it, but
I played every one of them.
There's so many. It's crazy.
Yeah,
there's just so many Assassin's Creed games.
But this one made me excited. I mean, I just really got the Assassin's Creed, like the first one, and Assassin's Creed 2 vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm watching it right
made
now.
me a little more excited. for it.
Cookies, dude.
Oh my god,
Because I felt like it was like, especially with the Black Flag, it was kind of losing its roots, kind of. I was like, this doesn't seem very like it's new and it's different, but
well, even
it
this
doesn't seem very Assassin's Creedy, you know?
Right, and Black Flag was definitely a deviation from the norm for Assassin's Creed. But even this, what I'm looking at right now, looks not similar to anything Assassin's Creed we played before. Like he's shooting an arrow at the guy, slow mo, guiding the arrow as he's doing it. Yeah. That is not at all Assassin's Creed. But if they combine that with what I saw of the traversal of the area that you have,
those new elements and those new play styles and fighting elements.
Can you imagine if you get like a power that summons locusts? I kind of just.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised to see that giant snake at the end of the presentation. I was like, wow, that seems a little
the tombs and everything. I'm really excited for now.
Yeah.
That's something I'm really looking forward to. But.
I like the tease of something new, like you said, Andrew, with maybe it's heading in a more supernatural direction. I like the tease of something new while also sticking to its roots and sticking to, hey, it's still a stealth-based game. You're still an assassin wandering in the streets of this town, killing people at random, maybe. Maybe that was just me.
No, I got it.
I don't know. I haven't been excited about Assassin's Creed for a very long time. I was excited when I saw this. I was like, I want to play.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Great.
I agree.
What's your excitement level like for Bethesda?
Like on a scale out of 10, I'd say like a 6, mostly because I just don't want to get my hopes up too high because I want to be disappointed.
What are your hopes?
I would really like to see a new Elder Scrolls game. I saw somebody in the chat, I don't remember who it was, they said I'd like to play an Elder Scrolls game where you don't start out
in a prisoner. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That would be interesting.
Kelly, do you play on PC?
I play on PC and I play on Xbox.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure what your preferred platform was.
Yeah, for Skyrim, I prefer keyboard just because I feel like I have more control.
Sure.
But for things like Fallout, for whatever reason, I can't manage to play it on the PC. I have to play the Xbox. I don't know, and they're the same game essentially, just in a different.
I get it, dude. I have
world.
all kind of weird gaming quirks like that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I really like Skyrim. Skyrim is just one of those games that you just play over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because it never feels the same. It always feels like you're doing something different.
There's so many.
And yet you always end up being an archer.
Yeah, I'm like, I always end up being a mage because I feel like it's the
easier. I also am a mage.
I'm gonna be a full-blown assassin this time. I'm gonna be a full-blown archer, only a warrior, and I'm like, nah, I need to light this guy on fire.
Oh, I always go to archer in this.
I'm not it's not exclusive to Skyrim. I do that in any game you can choose a class. I'm like, I'm gonna try out. I'll be a mage.
You know how many times I had to try to play Injustice just to do the bad ending? Because I kept being like, oh no, I could save this guy, and I'm like, no, what am I doing? And I had to restart to get the bad karma.
Tempest, tomorrow is Sony's conference. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be reacting to it, of course.
Live from New York.
I would have a hard time believing right now that Sony doesn't top what Xbox did, for me.
I can agree with you. I feel like, but that said, I don't know what they would do reasonably.
The thing. All they have to do is show me what they showed me last year.
All they do is show Spider-Man, and they kind
of they just show the same, reel. But isn't that a problem at the same time?
They're going to show gameplay.
Spider-Man's there,
right? Sure. But what I'm saying is, and somebody else was, I think it was a gaff thread where Sony has made a business of making E3 games that you won't play for years.
That's fine. That's what E3 is.
And I get that, and I agree. Yeah. But is that like if we see the same games that we saw last year, I feel like that's a problem.
I think we'll see a few of the same games. I think we'll see gameplay of games that we saw last year only in trailer form, and then I think they'll probably show a few new things this year too.
I think so too.
But I think it's very easy for them to at least match Xbox's conference. Yeah. And I think
honestly,
it's also
dude,
a lot easier than
they brought what they had and just give us release dates for it. That for me, I would kind of match because they're not only are they great games, but it's AAA exclusives, and they got them for fucking days.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man.
Kelly, I know you're more of an Xbox person than a PlayStation person, right?
Yeah, and that's mostly just because I don't have enough money to get both.
Has any of this generation pushed you to become more of a PlayStation person? Do you look at the stuff PlayStation is announcing, like Spider-Man, like Death Stranding, like all this? Does that interest you?
It would more if I had a PlayStation. There's a few key games that I like. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mhm.
I really like that game right now alone is like 99% of the reason why I want to get a PlayStation.
It's
like,
so good, Kelly.
It's in my future. I'm going to get a PlayStation just to play that game because it looks so good. And right now, where I'm, previously probably not, but right now, because I do want to get a PlayStation, I am going to be looking a little more closely at the exclusives they're going to offer, or even games that maybe are on both, but maybe they play a little bit better on a PlayStation. Maybe they look a little bit better, or they feel a little bit better. And that's something I'm going to start paying attention to. It's not something.
Well,
I've
you can
paid
just
attention
go
to
back
so
and watch
far.
last year's E3, and you have a lot to look forward to then. Because
Yeah,
I feel like
most
that
of those
alone,
games haven't come yet.
Last year's E3 and PSX can both assuredly sell to you on a PS4.
Those are like the next 3 years of PlayStation. And
Right.
there's two conferences.
Like
yeah.
you like if you like universes for movies and such like that, like Marvel, Sony has one. Sony has a games universe, and they are ready up until 2024. It seems like.
Yeah, it's kind of true actually. They have so much ahead of them. That's why I feel like they're kind of hitting their stride.
What do you guys think about this?
The portable.
In all seriousness, yeah, this portable.
I don't know, man.
I've
I
always
wasn't
said
really
I think it's
thinking
very
about-
unlikely, but it seems like our viewers think it's totally possible.
And not only that, with the success of the Switch, it could definitely be something. You got to remember, Sony has so many patents and so many teams working on so many different, next generation this and next generation that. Even if it just gets thrown out, they at least had it ready to go. What if with the success of the Switch, they're like, "Hey, C team, you're up," and they just.
I think
bring
if they
them
were
on
gonna
stage.
do it,
They
they
would have done
definitely want to
already.
do it. Not necessarily that, but if they
Okay.
were gonna do it, I don't think they would necessarily do it this close to the Switch's release. They'll look like total biters. I also don't think
When
this
does
is
that matter to them with the move and all that?
sure, but I don't think they would, and I don't think they would do it at this event. I think they would do it at PSX.
I think they would do their own dedicated thing personally.
Yeah,
Isn't that what they did for the
They
Vita?
saw the success.
That's
of
what I
the
mean. I think
PS4.
they would have a dedicated thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think fully talk about it at PSX, but I don't think you'll see
Exile
it.
a Potato. I'm not sure if he's saying we need to pull our nose out of Sony's ass, or if they need to pull, a big game because maybe he was really impressed with Xbox.
No, I think he's just saying like for them to really succeed, they're gonna have to.
I can understand you thinking our noses are up their ass.
No, I didn't.
No, I think
I
he's
didn't take
saying
what
like
he's saying. as
Sony
well.
needs to come up with something. When you pull something out of your ass, you're kind of going by the
Yeah, like a special trick.
God of War coming this holiday.
Yeah.
Done.
That's
there it is.
kind of something I still say is very possible.
I don't think you're unreasonable by thinking.
I don't
that
think
either.
you're unreasonable either, but the murmurs, which I can't fucking even believe, are that this Spider-Man game is like way more ready than we think.
Yeah,
I called that too.
I can't believe it. I'm so in denial. I thought I'd fucking be over the moon about that.
Right.
But I don't know. That's the what's the buzz is, man.
Man, we might have a crazy reaction from you.
I will fucking die.
You'll dance on the table.
I'll quit the show if a Spider-Man game.
You kind of already did that, dude. Too soon. Yes, Shy, as Exiled already said, at 12 a.m. midnight Eastern time is when we'll be reacting to Bethesda, but we will be starting at 10 p.m. Eastern time with a condensed version of the Level Up show, leading right into our Bethesda conference. I don't believe we have anybody else in the queue, right, Kelly?
No, everybody has already spoken, so it's just Maddie and Tempest.
That works out anyway. We got to eat dinner. We have to maybe try and take some of the better reactions from Microsoft and upload those to YouTube. Although, honestly, there wasn't like anything that like gave us a great reaction.
No.
I might just put up the whole conference as a whole. And,
hey, go ahead, watch it.
That's about it. Like
Skip
I don't
ahead.
know. Like I honestly right now don't know what I would isolate that I think is like great.
I didn't think we had any stellar ones.
Metro
personally.
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited for it, not just for me, but to watch Kristen.
Play Ori.
She's got to play the second Ori.
I'm really excited to tell her that they announced another one. She really likes Ori and she loves the character of Ori.
There's
So
no
much.
way that happens for sure. There's no way God of War and Spider-Man are both
No.
coming out this fall. They
It's
wouldn't.
one or
No,
the
they wouldn't do that. It would
cannibalize
cannibalize it.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
One might be early 2018, but
I think one is definitely their fall. I don't know about. I still don't know about
release
Spider-Man.
window, like you said, God of War comes out in March.
Something is going to be. They're going to have a big spring game, and they're going to have a big fall.
Yeah, because Gran Turismo is its own thing, and they can do a God of War or a Spider-Man with Gran Turismo. They don't cannibalize each other at all. But God of War and Spider-Man all in the same holiday season, that would not work out well.
Spider-Man releasing with the movie.
Because they
I mean, that's what I'm trying to think of. Is like,
when would they do it?
yeah, I mean, the Blu-ray will probably be coming out around the fall.
Holiday. Yeah.
They
I
could
would
either
imagine.
jump on that, or if it's the spring, they could jump on the Infinity War hype.
Buy the Blu-ray and get $10 off the game, or vice versa.
You got it, Scoozy.
I don't know, but I think it'll be somewhere near, or maybe they'll want to distance it so people aren't confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to find out, though. Scoozy, what is your PSN ID? I don't know if it's Scoozy or not, but I will message you the PSN code.
I like both of those things.
What, he
Brown,
win bingo
very
for that
much.
round or something?
He subbed and he won a PSN card.
Nice.
Through the prize wheel. Speaking of that, guys, if anybody wants to support us now, because we are going to go down for a couple hours until we come back later on, hit that follow button right now if you want to chat with us, if you want to keep track of our live streams. If you really want to support us, you could sub either through $5, $10, or $25, or you could sub for free through Twitch Prime. If you do that, you're bringing us closer to that sub goal of 80. If we hit 80, we're actually getting a partner spotlight on the front page of Twitch.
Wow.
That means a whole week of us being featured. And that's a huge deal. It's a huge opportunity, something that could change our channel for us. So if you really want to help us get there and support us in that way, we would greatly appreciate it. I think we're going to wrap up for now.
I'm just focusing because I didn't bring my glasses.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Kelly, thanks for helping us out, as always.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you again later on, I hope.
Yes, I'll be there.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction to Microsoft's conference.